Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. We have our very next home series here against the Pierre Trappers as we got swept by them earlier this week in a 3-0 series as we had just been visiting in Pierre. Hopefully you were listening to that series before with me and Ryan Breeden, who is off to my left right now but will not be commentating with me tonight. But either way, we'll go into tonight's game as the Pierre Trappers will visit us here in Bancroft as the North Iowa Ragin Roosters will look to bounce back. For tonight's starting lineups, we'll have Caden Miller starting off for us in the batting first. He'll be tonight's shortstop. Zach Dickinson, he'll be in right. He'll hit second. Peyton McGregor, he'll be in left field tonight. He'll be hitting third. Sage McMinn will be at first. He'll be hitting fourth. Wyatt Duncan will be hitting fifth. He'll be the DH. Nick Easton will be in center field. He'll hit sixth. Griffin Snyder, the third baseman, he'll hit seventh. Cy Probst, the catcher, will hit eighth. And Cameron Rindoni, the second baseman, will hit ninth. Jacob Thurm from Northwestern College will get the start on the mound. For the Pierre Trappers, it's going to be a little more of a standard lineup for them, you could say, I guess, as now Jackson Mix will start us off. He'll be the shortstop, hitting first. Trevor Seagraves will hit second at second base. Will Hoke, the first baseman, will hit third. Hunter Brown will be hitting in the cleanup spot at third base. Noah McCreary, the DH, will be hitting fifth. Kirsten Trumpold, the catcher, will be hitting sixth. The Wells Tyler Traphagen will be in center. He'll hit seventh. Maddox Mueller, the left fielder, will be hitting eighth. And finally, Jacob Griffin will be in right field. Lewis Manning will get the start on the mound for the Pierre Trappers. First pitch is currently scheduled for 6:35. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa, home of the North Iowa Ragin Roosters as they take on the Pierre Trappers tonight here in Bancroft as the game one of a 4-game series here at home. Jackson Mix will lead us off tonight as Jacob Thurm gets the start on the mound. Thurm, in his last appearance, unfortunately got shelled by the Service Valley SaberDogs, gave up, I believe, 7 runs on only 5 innings of work in what was one of his more harsh outings on the season, unfortunately for him. So Jackson Mix, now with a .536 on base percentage, will look to lead us off here in Bancroft. .316 on the season, a .536 on base, gets on over half the time he comes up to the plate. First pitch of the game is going to be a ball just outside, so 1-0 now the count for Jackson Mix. 0-0 your score here in North Iowa, or excuse me, I should say Bancroft, as it is a 0-0 game here in the top of the first inning between the Pierre Trappers and the North Iowa Ragin Roosters. The 1-0. Strike on the inner part of the zone. Now 1-1 the count as the Northwestern College product gets working here on the mound. 15 innings of work to his name on the season. Was one of the more effective arms in this Ragin Rooster rotation. The next pitch is up and away, ball 2. So 2-1 now the count to Jackson Mix, the left-handed hitting middle infielder. Cyprope's currently behind the plate tonight, was dealing with an illness that he's been kind of lingering with as the next pitch. Laced over there to the right-hand side, Zach Dickinson, the new right fielder tonight, makes the catch on the line drive, out number 1. Dickinson barely even needed to really move out there, so 1 away now. Now Trevor Seagraves, tonight's second baseman, comes up to the plate out of Ottawa University from Arizona. Has been kind of hot now for these Pierre Trappers, now batting .228 on the year with a .353. As we've mentioned before, models his game after Dustin Pedroia, a dirtbag style of a player. Not in the insulting way, but more of the frustrating for any team to play against him, that hits it lightly, will try and outrun you, always a good defender, always frustrating to try and play. The first pitch from Jacob Thurm. Ball out and away, ball 1. 1-0 the count now to the Ottawa University product at the mound, the middle infielder. Or excuse me, up to the plate, I should say. Seagraves gets the start tonight, hitting in the second spot, moving up from where I believe he was in the 9th spot yesterday is the next pitch. Out and away once again. 2-0 now the count as Thurm trying to work it here quickly. One of the better velocity arms for this North Iowa crew. Throws, I believe, in the upper 80s at least. It's the 2-0. Laced over to that third base side. Griffin Snyder picks it up on a hop. The throw to first in plenty of time. Out number 2. Trevor Seagraves was a little too early on that swing, got it off the end of the bat and grounds softly over there to the third base side. Is now Will Hoke comes up to the plate out of Oklahoma Arts and Science. Hit a home run the last time we saw him in Pierre, in which it was a 3-run shot in game 1 against River Terry. Or excuse me, it was game 2, I apologize. So he now comes up batting .237 on the year as the next pitch from Thurm is a big swing and a miss, strike 1 on the breaking ball. As Hoke had his very first home run of the season against the Ragin Roosters in Pierre, a 3-run shot against Travis Herbert in game 2. It collected mostly singles. The next pitch, laced over to that second base side. Rendoni won't be able to get there. That'll be a single for Will Hoke on the absolute bullet. A hard ground ball over to that side. So with 2 away, a runner now on first, and now Hunter Brown comes up to the plate. Hunter Brown hitting in the 4th spot tonight at Modesto Community College. 12 RBIs, 20 runs to his name on the season. Comes up now with a runner on first and 2 away. The first pitch to Hunter Brown, down and away, but called strike 1, 0-1 the count. As tonight's third baseman steps up to the plate. 0-1 the count with 2 away. A runner on first. 0-0 your score here in the top of the first. The next pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike 2. So 0-2 now the count to Hunter Brown, and he's in a bit of a pickle. As this Pierce Trapper team was able to sweep the North Iowa Ragin Roosters in Pierre 3-0 after they 10-run rolled them twice. It's the 0-2 now from Jacob Thurm. The pitch. Big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Strike 3, and that'll end the inning. A good inning of work for Jacob Thurm. Able to get the first 2 before Hoke comes up with a single, but is able to get Hunter Brown to strike out swinging. So we'll now go to the bottom of the first inning. 0-0 your score here between the Pierre Trappers and your North Iowa Ragin Roosters. We'll be right back after this quick break. We'll be back in a quick moment. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa as the North Iowa Ragin Roosters take on the Pierre Trappers. We into the bottom of the first inning. Lewis Manning out of Johnson's Rivers College comes up to the mound. He's 0-3 on the season with a 7 ERA, but he's looking to come up with his first victory of the year, as now it'll be Caden Miller coming up to the plate. He'll get his very first time here in the leadoff spot, hitting .280 on the year with a .438 on base percentage. He's had a kind of a hot bat, I should say. He now comes up against Lewis Manning. The first pitch to him. Strike on the inner part of the zone. Strike 1. 0-1 now the count to the Centralia Community College product from the state of Oregon. Was talking with us during the time and Pierre was considering his options for his next year as the next pitch. Strike on the outer part of the zone. 0-2 now the count to tonight's shortstop. Considering possibly taking a gap year, though looks to continue to want to try and play baseball as much as possible. It's the 0-2 now from Lewis Manning. The pitch. Breaking ball, head out towards center field. Tyler Trapphagen will sit underneath it, and that'll be out number 1 on the fly ball towards straightaway center. Unfortunately for Caden Miller, that one was off the end of the bat there for him, so that'll be out number 1 as now Zach Dickinson comes up to the plate, getting his very first start in the outfield since the original road series in the Pierre against the Trappers. He's been dealing with a right leg injury, a muscular injury that he's been trying to get through the last couple of weeks. He now comes up, had a good night last night. He'll come up with 1 away and nobody on. It's the first pitch from Lewis Manning. Laced over to that left-hand side. That'll be a single off the bat of Zach Dickinson. First pitch he sees, he laces it over that left-hand side for a single. Good piece of hitting there from Zach Dickinson. So now Peyton McGregor comes up to the plate, the Oakland U product, tonight's left fielder, hitting in the 3 spot. Batting 185 now on the season with a 284 on base percentage. Has good power at the plate. Unfortunately for him, has not been able to collect a boatload of hits, but he definitely has some good pop to his bat. He comes up with a runner on first and 1 away. 0-0 your score in the bottom of the first. The next pitch down and away, ball 1, as the Pierre Trappers visit the North Iowa Ragin Roosters here in Bancroft Memorial Park. As the wind continues to gently blow here over to the left-hand side, there is a chance of rain tonight as it currently sits at, I believe, about 80 degrees here in Bancroft. 1-0 count to Peyton McGregor. The pitch from Manning. Swung on and fouled up and out of play over towards my car over there. Don't hit McMinn's Cadillac. Don't hit my Honda, please. It's 1-1 now the count. It's now Peyton McGregor from Oakland U. Only had 9 plate appearances last year, mostly used as a pinch hitter as he made the transfer in from a junior college at Nevada. He's going to get some more reps here in the Expedition League. The 1-1. Breaking ball, big swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count is the slider. Peyton McGregor's not able to sit on just long enough. Dickinson on first after singling after the line drive out towards center field for Caden Miller, so one away and a runner on first. 1-2 now the count to the Oakland U product at the plate. Throw over to first. Dickinson will make it in safely. As I will tell you, Dickinson's not looking to probably steal any bases right now. His leg is still a little sore over there, but he's able to play tonight. He said he felt well enough to get in some playing time, and he's going to continue to try. He does have that sliding mitt over there at first base on his right hand. Something we've seen a lot of more, especially at a professional level. It's the 1-2 now to McGregor. Breaking ball stays out and away. 2-2 now the count. Sage McMinn is up next, the Montana boy, the 6'6" product, headed to Missouri Baptist next year. Currently has some family in the stands, or at least I believe someone here for him tonight. So 2-2 now the count, with one away and a runner on first as Peyton McGregor continues to sit in the box. 2 home runs on the season already for him. The next pitch. Down and away once again. 3-2 now the count for Peyton McGregor, able to work it back from an 0-2 count to a full count now. The Ragin Roosters currently in their home whites tonight after wearing those red road jerseys the last couple of days. Like to think that these white home jerseys have been more good luck, at least according to Dakota Greer and Dakota Young, the 2 coaches for this Ragin Rooster crew, including Adam Pointer down there in the dugout right now. The next pitch. Slider hit over to that third base side, lands foul. He didn't sit on it just long enough. It was up and in on his hands. Couldn't sit on it, and it allows him to foul it off, though. So he'll stay alive now. Nothing your score here between the Pierre Trappers and the North Iowa Ragin Roosters here in the bottom of the first inning here in Bancroft Memorial Park. Peyton McGregor is up with 1 out and a runner on first. 3-2 the count. The next pitch from Manning. Swung on a hit right back up the middle. Jackson Mix is going to pick it up. And no, he won't. It's going to go through his legs. Jackson Mix with an that's something you don't usually see every day. Goodness gracious. That was a play that Jackson Mix usually makes 10 times out of 10, and unfortunately this time it goes right through his legs. He was trying to hurry it up, and unfortunately for him, it allows the runners to advance. So now runners on first and second, and 1 away. Now Sage McMinn comes up to the plate, headed to Missouri Baptist next season. The last time he came up to hit, he was hit, I believe, almost 3 times. Hit at least twice, was walked, and had an RBI single to his name. Had 300 on-base percentage now on the year, a 128 batting average. He does have good power, just has not been able to exert it very much this year. The next pitch to him. Inside strike 1 in the lower part of the zone, 0-1. As he looks back and talks to the home plate umpire for a moment. Runners on second and first, 1 away. Nothing your score here between the Pierre Trappers and the North Iowa Ragin Roosters here in Bancroft Memorial Park. Dickinson on second after the single, and McGregor gets on with an error by Jackson Mix, something that we've rarely seen this year from this good defensive team from Pierre. The 0-1. Way inside this time, 1-1 the count. That one almost took off McMinn's kneecaps. That probably stand at about 3 feet in the air as the 6'6" product headed to Missouri Baptist next year from the state of Montana. As the wind continues to gently blow from right to left here, barely anything almost. That American flag out in center field is just gently flowing. The next pitch. Breaking ball, late call there. He gets it. 1-2 now the count. As the slider was a good pitch there. I was kind of surprised I didn't hear the call at first. It looked really good. So Manning, who is 0 for 3 on the season, looking for his first victory here against the North Iowa Ragin Roosters, who are unfortunately 1-14 in their last 15 games. Tonight is game 16. They're trying to come away with a victory. Currently on a 6-game losing streak, unfortunately, as McMinn calls time at the home plate. 1 away, runners on first and second. Dickinson on second, got on with a line drive single on the first pitch he saw. McGregor gets on, but with an error by Jackson Mix on the ground ball. 1-2 the count to Sage McMinn. Left-handed hitter headed to Missouri Baptist. The next pitch, hit over to that right-hand side. Will Hoke's not going to be able to find it. Seagraves will, and then Seagraves drops it. Goodness gracious, that's something we don't see every day again. Another ground ball, another error. Will Hoke looked for it at first, and unfortunately he didn't make the play, and then Trevor Seagraves picked it up and then dropped it. That's something we don't see usually as now we're going to have a moment of talk here from the head coach of the Pierre Trappers. Is now Wyatt Duncan, the ever so dangerous DH from the state of California, comes up to the plate. The Biola U product with 3 homers and 10 RBIs on the year. With 1 away and the bases loaded after back-to-back errors from usually a sly defending Pierre Trappers team. Jackson Mix makes the error to allow Peyton McGregor to get on the ground ball, and then Trevor Seagraves trying to cover for Will Hoke as he made a last-second decision to go back to first. He's not able to make the play. So now bases loaded. Dickinson on third, Peyton McGregor on second, and Sage McMinn on first. Unfortunately, not a boatload of speed on the base paths, but can definitely score nonetheless. McGregor has elusive speed over there at second. Dickinson can score from 90 feet away, and McMinn can move those tall tree trunk legs. As now the ever so dangerous Wyatt Duncan comes up to the plate with 1 away. The first pitch from Lewis Manning. Fastball over the heart of the plate, 0-1 the count. That's when I can see Duncan just nods his head and says, okay, all right. Next pitch, focus up, focus up. A 521, I believe, was the correct slugging percentage. An outstanding slugging percentage for Wyatt Duncan. The 0-1. Slider hit up over to the right-hand side towards foul territory. Will Hoke's going to try and make a play on it. Will he make it? No, he will not. Trevor Seagraves collides with him out there over in foul territory, but he looks to be okay. The ball just landed foul as Hoke tried his hardest to make the play on it. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. As Dickinson was over there at third base, if there would have been a play out there, it would have been a tough one for them to get up and try and make the play at home. It would have possibly scored Dickinson. So 0-2 now the count to Wyatt Duncan. Currently, we have Jared Brandon over there as the first base coach currently. Last night, it was Nick Eastham and Wyatt Duncan trading spots. Both of them are in the lineup tonight, so now it's Jared Brandon with the sheriff mustache. And I believe that's Jordan Kelly, who has the other helmet on over there, looking to be the first base coaches tonight. The 0-2 to Wyatt Duncan. The pitch from Lewis Manning. Hit over the shortstop side. Jackson Mick's going to make the play this time. The throw to second. It's going to end up and out the outfield. And they're going to try and send Peyton McGregor. He's going to score. Duncan's going to try to advance to second. He will. McMinn's going to take a wide turn but walk back over to third. 2-0 your score. Another error by the Pierre Trappers. And goodness me, that's one you don't see every day. It was a light ground ball off the bat of Wyatt Duncan. Jackson Mix makes the throw to Seagraves, and he lets the ball go by him, so that allows everybody to move forward. And unfortunately for the Trappers, they just seem to not all be here right now. I'm not sure what's going on. So now runners on second and third. 2-0 your score with 1 away as Nick Eastham, the ever so dangerous hitter from Midway, comes up to the plate. As Midway, the product, comes up. First pitch he sees, he laces up and out of play, foul ball, 0-1 the count. As Lewis Manning has yet to give up an earned run, has only given up 1 hit, but unfortunately the Trappers have now committed 3 straight errors. Something we have not seen this Trappers team do. They pride themselves on excellent defense. The 0-1. This one stays down and away, 1-1 now the count. It is something we have rarely seen this year. And it's been mostly by that middle infield that Trevor Seagraves, an outstanding defender over there at second base, and Jackson Mix, also pretty good, have both been the ones to commit the errors tonight. 1-1 now the count to Nick Eastham. 1 away, runners on second and third. McMinn on third, Duncan on second. The next pitch, slider, hit over that shortstop side. Jackson Mix won't make the play. They're going to try and send Duncan. Duncan's going to try and chug home. The throw, the plate will be in plenty of time. So it allows McMinn to score on the RBI line drive single off the bat of Nick Eastham. So the runner gets out at home after Maddox Mueller makes the perfect throw. So now 2 away, 3-0 your scores. Griffin Snyder, the St. Mary's product, comes up to the plate. Now batting .231 on the year. A .329 on base percentage, 10 runs, 9 RBIs. He's been hitting a lot of extra base hits, mostly doubles in his last couple of appearances. Has done a good job as a utility man this year for the Ragin Roosters. It is now 3-0. And what has been a very odd start is now Nick Eastham will get checked on over at first. He'll make it in safely, as Eastham does currently have a tie for first with 9 stolen bases with Caleb Herbert over there on the Ragin Roosters. As Herbert right now is not with the team currently, but will return hopefully shortly. 2 outs, runner on first, 3-0 your score. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Swung on and fouled off as Easton was on the move. He will not get going though as Griffin Snyder fouls off the slider. 0-1 now the count as Easton unfortunately not very happy with his teammate, looking for stolen base number 10. He had 18 stolen bases at Midway last year, was caught only a single time. It's now 3-0 your score here in the bottom of the first inning. The Ragin Roosters finding that early offense once again at home. They did the same thing against Sears Valley, where they scored 5 runs in Game 2 and I believe 3 runs in Game 3. The throw over to Nick Easton again. He makes it in safely. So Easton gets back in once again, always being checked on as the ever so dangerous base path runner, who now has number 16 for his RBIs on the season. One of the league leaders, or excuse me, one of the team leaders, I should say. Behind Dane Nakasuka, who got the night off tonight. He has 21 RBIs on the year. The 0-1. Runner gets a quick lead over there. That one stays low, though. 1-1 now the count as Easton jogs back into first base. He got a good lead. Almost looked like he was going to try and make an attempt, but will retreat back to first. So Lewis Manning now 1-1 the count to Griffin Snyder, the St. Mary's product from St. Louis, Missouri. Teammates of Eddie Madrigal, who gets the night off tonight. Cy Probst coming in for him. The 1-1. Swung on the up-high fastball, goes up big. So 1-2 now the count as Snyder swings right through it. 3-0 your score here in the bottom of the first inning. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft Memorial Park. 3 errors have been the biggest problem for this this Pierre Trappers squad, as they committed 3 straight to allow the first run of the ball game. Easton's on the move, hit over that first base side. Will Hoke won't be able to make the play, but Trevor Seagraves is going to try and make it. He won't get there. It allows Easton to advance all the way to third. So a single off the bat of Griffin Snyder would have been a hard play over there by Trevor Seagraves to try and make the play. Unfortunately, he can't.
Catcher number 16, Cy Probst.
As now Cy Probst, the main U product, comes up to the plate with runners at the corners and only 2 away. I say only as if that's a small amount of outs, but I think you know what I meant. Is now the main U product from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, comes up. Only 2 RBIs on the year. Had one in Game 2 that scored the game-tying run at the top of the 9th inning against these Pierre Trappers. Does have 7 runs to his name. Has been an excellent source of singles and doubles. Can mash the baseball when he needs to. So now he comes up in the 8-hole. Runners at the corners. Griffin Snyder gets a good lead on the first pitch. Outside ball 1 on the breaking ball. 2 outs, runners at the corners. Nick Easton on third. He got on with a single that scored Sage McMinn and unfortunately got Wyatt Duncan thrown out at home as Griffin Snyder singled over to the second base side as Trevor Seagraves was unfortunately not able to make the play. 3-0 your score here in the bottom of the first. The Ragin Roosters lead. The next pitch. Fastball fouled up and out of play. 1-1 now the count to the main U product. As Probst teammates with Michael Pratt. He got the start last night in right field. Will get the night off as well tonight as Dak Dickinson gets his first start in the outfield since that original series against the Pierre Trappers in Pierce. Cameron Rindoni will be up next. And we'll bat around the order here if Cy Probst gets on. Griffin Snyder gets back. Easton also tries to retreat as Lewis Manning steps off. As Griffin Snyder with a great lead over there at first. He might try and manufacture a run here, try and get himself put into a rundown, or at least try and steal the base to see if they can make a throwdown. We'll see what the Pierre Trappers will do. 1-1 the count to Cy Probst out of Maine University. Griffin continues to get a bigger lead over there at first. He's on the move. The next pitch swung on, hit over that right-hand side. The right fielder will make the catch. A good play over there by Jacob Griffin on the line drive, and that'll end the inning.
End of 1 complete. Trappers 0.
We'll go to the top of the second inning. The Ragin Roosters are able to score 3 here in Bancroft to start off the ball game. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the North Iowa Ragin Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to the top of the second inning here in Bancroft Memorial Park. 3-0 now your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers, scoring 3 runs off of 3 hits and 3 errors from the Pierre Trappers, something we have not seen very often this season, as now Noah McCreary comes up to the plate. It's McCreary from Clark University. A homer to his name, one of the few on this Pierre Trappers crew. Comes up to the plate. Tonight's DH, he comes up here as Jacob Thurm sets the first pitch. Laced over to the left-hand side. Peyton McGregor's going to sit right underneath it on the fly ball. 1 swing, 1 fly ball, 1 out.
Next bat for the Trappers.
McGregor only needed to take about 2 steps back as now, Carson Trumpold. I was thinking of Garrett Arnold comes up to the plate. Now Trumpold will come up, tonight's catcher. As Arnold got the start last night, he'll come up now. The Bismarck State product with a .419 on-base percentage, 7 RBIs, 10 runs. It's been an excellent source of offense at the plate this year for the Trappers. 1 away, the first pitch from Thurm up in the zone, ball 1. It's the Northwestern College product, now only at 14 pitches through an inning in the third of work. It's been a quick and efficient start for him as I knock on wood, trying not to jinx him. 3-0 your score here in the top of the second inning. The next pitch, slider hit up and out of play towards the traffic over here on the right-hand side. 1-1 now the count. 1 away now after the first pitch that McCreary sees. He lines out towards left field, and unfortunately for him is out number 1. Fortunately for Peyton McGregor, all he needs to do is put his glove up and make the catch. 1-1 now the count. The next pitch from Thurm. Fastball up in the zone, ball 2. 2-1 now the count for the Northwestern College product on the mound. 6'3", pumping high 80s for this Ragin Rooster crew. Probably has one of the higher velos on this team. The 2-1. Breaking ball down and away, but he gets the strike. So 2-2 now the count to Carson Trumpold. Tonight's catcher after Garrett Arnold went whole 7 innings, or excuse me, I should say 6 and a third inning last night after the rain delay ended up being a cancellation. The next pitch, breaking ball down and away. He swings and a miss, and that'll be strike 3 on the drop, third strike.
Now $2 off. Go get your beer.
And as Carson Trumpold was the beer batter tonight, that'll be discounted beer for everybody here in Bancroft. So now Tyler Trapphagen will come up to the plate. Trapphagen, a late addition to this Pierre Trappers squad. Tonight's center fielder comes up, batting .421 on the year. Has been an outstanding form of offense in his limited play here for the Pierre Trappers. He now comes up. First pitch to him, down and in, strike 1, 0-1 the count. As the left-handed hitting center fielder comes up. 3-0 your score here in the top of the second inning. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft. 2 outs, the next pitch. Swung on and hit over the right-hand side. Will Rendoni be there? He will not. That ball just gets over his head. So a single off the bat of Tyler Trapphagen leads to a runner on first with 2 away. Once again, same results as what happened in the top of the first inning. As now Maddox Mueller comes up to the plate. Tonight's left fielder, traditionally a center fielder for this Pierre Trappers squad, hitting .235 on the year, has a home run to his name and 9 RBIs. We like to call him the utility man as he has a little bit of experience in the infield as well. Has been also on the mound, 2 outs, runner on first. The next pitch from Jacob Thurm. Checks the runner at first. The next pitch. Just outside, ball 1. 1-0 the count as Trapphagen with 2 outs lines a single just over the head of Cameron Rendoni over there in shallow right field to put a runner on. He does have good speed. Jacob Thurm is known for keeping his runners in check. The next pitch. Breaking ball, did he go? No check. Now they'll check. Well, did he go? No, he did not. 2-0 now the count as Mueller did a good job at being able to keep the bat back. That bright blue bat that he is known for as he comes up. 2-0 now the count. 2 away. A runner on first. And the next pitch from Thurm. Fastball down and in. Ball 3. 3-0 now the count to the Northwestern College product on the mound. Jacob Griffin's up next. One of the best power hitters on this Pierre Trappers crew, hitting in the 9th spot tonight. Tonight's right fielder. 3-0 the count, the next pitch. Trapping it on the move. Ball outside, ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Maddox Mueller. Puts runners on first and second with 2 away. As now Jacob Griffin comes up. 2 homers on the year. Hit the walk-off homer in the home run derby against the same North Iowa Ragin Roosters in the Game 2 of that 3-game series that we just played in Pierre. Batting .278 with a .451 on-base percentage. He comes up with 16 RBIs, the team leader in RBIs and homers. The next pitch, down and in, ball one on the breaking ball. 1-0 the count, as unfortunately it looks like Thurm is trying to get his control back under his hands, but has not been able to do so just yet. Now up to 25 pitches through an inning and 2/3 of work. Trapphagen on second, Maddox Mueller on first, both with great speed. The next pitch to Jacob Griffin. Checks the runner at second. Checks again. The 1-0 from Jacob Thurm. His time is now called by the home plate umpire. As Thurm, according to the home plate umpire, took a little too long. I'll take a moment there. 2 outs, runners on second and first. 3-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead after scoring 3 in the bottom of the first. The next pitch, just a little too low and inside, ball 2. So 6 straight now, unfortunately, from Jacob Thurm. Just trying to get the final out here in the top of the second inning. Only 2 hits now for the Pierre Trappers. 3 errors already against their ledger. The next pitch, laced up and out of play. 2-1 now the count. As Griffin hits that one over the left-hand side towards the main street of Bancroft. Griffin wearing that Ottawa University helmet, one that's similar to what Trevor Seagraves wears. The 2-1 from Jacob Thurm. Checks the runner at second once again. Checks once more, keeping Trapphagen close. Next pitch, big swing and a miss on the breaking ball. The throw down to second. Trapphagen makes it in. A good throw down by Cy Probst on the low breaking ball that Griffin takes a big hack at. Trapphagen got a big lead over there at second base. Almost looked like he was getting ready to steal, and Probst saw that, tried to make the throw down. Unfortunately, stays a little too high, and Trapphagen is able to get in safely. Caden Miller tried to apply the tag. 2-2 now the count to Jacob Griffin. The next pitch from Thurm, breaking ball down and away. 3-2 now the count. Slider just not being able to get up enough. So 3-2. The runners will be on the move here from second and first. Trapphagen and Maddox Mueller. Thurm tries to get out number 3. Jacob Griffin, the RBI and home run leader for this Pierre Trappers crew. He checks over. Nobody was on the base path, or excuse me, I should say the bases, to try and keep the runners close, but Thurm just trying to make sure nobody's moving a little too early. 3-2 now the count. The next pitch from Thurm. The runners are on the move. This one's laced out towards shallow right center field. Cameron Rendoni and Caden Miller trying to call it off. Caden Miller's going to call him off as Rendoni makes the gesture like he was going to make the catch, but Caden Miller comes over and makes the play. That'll be out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. The Ragin Roosters hold on to a 3-0 lead over the Pierre Trappers. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 3-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers after scoring 3 in the bottom of the first inning thanks to a trio of errors by the Pierre Trappers. Now Cameron Rendoni, tonight's second baseman, comes up to the plate. A .214 batting average, .405 on base percentage. From Grandview University, from Algona, only 25 minutes south of here, of course, with the construction currently occurring down there, of course. But a .405 on base, has a great eye at the plate. 8 walks to his name. The first pitch to him. Swung on and fouled off up here to the box. 0-1 now the count to Rendoni. So Rindoni coming up for his first time tonight. Hit through the first 8 batters of the lineup. Caden Miller, the leadoff man, is up next. The 0-1. Breaking ball stays a little too low. 1-1 now the count to Rindoni. So we were talking earlier before tonight's game. Rindoni been keeping a close eye on the NBA free agency watch currently going on right now. He's been a big follower of that, as many athletes are. The 1-1. Way inside this time of the fastball. 2-1 now the count to the Grandview U product. Was talking with me and the other players in the dugout, talking about what'll happen to Kevin Durant this offseason. The 2-1. Big swing and a miss on the high fastball. 2-2 now the count to Cameron Rindoni, tonight's second baseman. Was the last pitcher against those Surrey Valley Sabre Dogs in Game 3. Unfortunately, had a good start in the first 3 innings. The next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be a strikeout for Rindoni as he goes up and tries to fish at that big up high fastball, but he can't catch it. So 1 away now for the Central Lake Community College product. The shortstop tonight comes up. He's 0 for 1 with a line out to center field in his first at bat. He'll try and change his fate here. He comes up with 1 away and nobody on after Rindoni goes down on strikes. The first pitch to the middle infielder. Down and away, ball 1. 1-0 now the count to the Oregon native. Teammates of River Terry and Travis Herbert, who both have the night off tonight. Herbert, the starter, who made the start in Game 2. Unfortunately, we're not able to come away victorious, so we lost in extra innings in the home run derby. And River Terry, who was the third baseman last night, he gets the night off. The 1-0. That one stays out and away. 2-0 now the count to Caden Miller. As Lewis Manning continues to work on the mound, as my colleague up here in the box yells at me about the fact that Caden Miller, I called him the replacement shortstop. I still apologize for that to you, Caden. I know you were the rotational. I apologize, my friend, as this one gets lifted up and over to the right-hand side. That'll end up in foul territory. Foul ball. Caden is probably one of the more talkative players to me here in the box. He's been trying to get an opportunity to get up here and possibly talk on the show one of these days. The 2-1. Down and away. 3-1 now the count to the Central Community College product. A couple of these players have asked about it here. Griffin Snyder as well, one of those. He was one of the very first ones to ask. We'll see if we can try and get that to happen here soon. As the Central Community College product, 3-1 the count, 1 away. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Swung on, hit over that third base side, lands foul. Just a little too early on the swing from Caden Miller. It was a hard ground ball down that third base line. Hunter Brown tried to make the diving catch in foul territory. Unfortunately, couldn't make it. So 3-2 now the count to Caden Miller. It's the seeing eye shortstop, one of the better eyes on this squad, as most of these middle infielders have on this Ragin' Rooster crew, including Rindoni and Caleb Herbert. It's 3-2 now the count to Caden Miller. 1 away, nobody on. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Fastball hit right back up the middle. Caden Miller's going to get himself a single. Good piece of hitting there from Caden Miller. A good quality at bat gets him a single. Now Lewis Manning, unfortunately, is holding his right arm. He goes down in a heap, unfortunately, and now we're going to have a time called. So I'm not sure what's going on here. As Ryan Breeden, the commentator for this Pierre Trappers crew, was talking with me before, saying that Lewis Manning has been dealing with some right arm tightness. And unfortunately, it seems to be getting to him here. He's taking a moment to let it stretch out. I believe he was actually holding it for his shoulder there. I'm not sure. He's walking around the mound for a quick second here, as he now has a runner on first and 1 away. Jamie Hamburger, the manager for this Pierre Trappers squad, comes out to talk to him as Manning is just walking around. I think he might have fallen over on the mound on that ground ball as he tried to get a play on it, but unfortunately collapsed on it as he's now standing up on the mound. He's going to see if he can get through it. The manager for the Trappers will take a second. Yes, it is his left shoulder he's holding on to, so I wonder if he may have landed on it when he fell off the mound. I wasn't looking at him directly. I was watching the ball go back up the middle, trying to see if Jackson Mix or Seagraves can make the play. Manning continues to throw up on the mound. He looks to be okay, and he gives the thumbs up. So Lewis Manning will stay in the game. Good for him, as he's able to shake off the injury there. So Zach Dickinson will now come up with one away and a runner on first. He already has a single to his name tonight on that left-hand side. Was the first run of the ball game to score. He now comes up, the Hope International product from the state of California. Tonight's right fielder, his first start in the outfield since that original series against the Pierre Trappers on the road back in May. He has a runner on first and one away. 3-0 your score in the bottom of the second. The next pitch from Manning, down and away. Caden Miller's going to be on the move. He's going to make it into second base standing. Wild pitch there from Lewis Manning as it went between the legs of Carson Trumple on the ball that was down in the dirt. So Caden Miller gets himself up to second base. And now a runner in scoring position, and the double play is essentially out of the options here for the Pierre Trappers, as their defense unfortunately has been struggling here tonight. 3 errors already to their name. So there is a man down there in the bullpen right now for the Pierre Trappers. I can't see who it is just yet. The 1-0 from Lewis Manning, the pitch. Breaking ball fouled off. 1-1 now the count to Zach Dickinson. From the state of California, as many of these Ragin' Rooster players are, including that of Wyatt Duncan, Eddie Madrigal, and many others on this crew. Now 1-1 the count, one away. 3-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin' Roosters lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Lewis Manning checks the runner at second. Miller continues to get a lead. Manning continues to stare him down. Time is called by the home plate umpire once again, as Lewis Manning just kept getting into a staring contest there with Caden Miller on second as he kept creeping off that second base bag. So a lot of these Ragin' Rooster players are from the state of California, including that of Carson Gross, who is not starting tonight, among others. A lot of 1-1 now the count to Zach Dickinson. The breaking ball takes a big swing and a miss and goes down 1-2 now the count. He took a big swing on that outside slider. He thought he was going to sit in the zone a little bit more. Unfortunately, swings right through it. So 1-2 now the count to the Hope International product. From California, the NAIA school was a top 10 team, was in the NAIA playoffs, is now the 1-2. This one gets down and away. It's going to bounce away from Trumpold on the wild pitch once again. It allows Caden Miller to advance up to third. So now a runner on third, 90 feet away for Zach Dickinson. If he gets enough of a drive into one, Caden Miller can easily score, though that defense by that Pierre Trappers outfield is also exceptional. It's Jacob Griffin in right, Maddox Mueller in left, and Tyler Trappig in center, all of them have great arms. 2-2 now the count to Lewis Manning to Zach Dickinson. The next pitch. Swung on and fouled off. Dickinson staying alive here. 2-2 still the count. He's wearing that protective flap over the left side part of his helmet, similar to what you see on Giancarlo Stanton's helmet and a lot of other batters in the MLB today. It is a good piece of equipment to have on you, as it protects your face most of the time if you keep your head straight. Including Javi Baez is one of those players. It's the 2-2 now to Zach Dickinson. One away and a runner on third. 90 feet away is Caden Miller. The next pitch. Fastball hit up and out of play once again. Zach Dickinson continuing to stay alive here as that ball ends up over towards the neighbor's fencing. Now is a 6-pitch at-bat here to Dickinson. He's got himself a quality at-bat. 2-2 now the count still to him. Lewis Manning sets from the rotation, that one gets fouled up and out of play once again. Still 2-2 the count. Oh, that one bounces off of someone's truck. Oh, that one didn't look good. That definitely left a dent. That definitely left a dent on the back of that Chevy pickup truck, unfortunately for whoever's vehicle that is. That's a fairly new, I believe that's a Chevrolet pickup. I'm not sure what exactly the the model is. The next pitch. Dickinson laces that one down the left field line. Goodness gracious me! The Hope International product goes deep. Oh my goodness, Zach Dickinson! He sat on that one and waited forever. The bat flip and all, Zach Dickinson goes deep. 2-run shot over the left field wall. What a swing from the California native. His first home run here in the Expedition League. Wow, what a shot. That ball was lifted off the bat. It sounded good, and it got out of here in a hurry. That one probably went a solid 380 to left. A 2-run shot, and now it's 5-0 your score.
Next to that,
Goodness gracious, Zach Dickinson,
McGregor.
2 for 2 tonight, and now a home run to his name as Peyton McGregor comes up, the Oakland U product. Goodness gracious me, what a swing from Zach Dickinson. Got an inside fastball and turned on it. The first pitch to McGregor. Swung on it, hit up over to that right field side. It's going to land foul, 0-1 the count as it bounces off the roof here. Zach Dickinson, what a swing, big man. That was a beautiful one there, let me tell ya. The NAIA product puts a drive into one. Next pitch to McGregor. Slider takes a big swing and a miss. 0-2 now the count to the Oakland U product. Now 5-0 your score here in the bottom of the second inning. Now Lewis Manning gives up his very first earned runs of the ball game. It's the next pitch. Way inside on the fastball. 1-2 now the count. As that was a pitch that last time McGregor unfortunately almost grounded out on as Jackson Mix made the error at short. Now Manning has given up 5 runs, 2 of them only earned. The next pitch. Breaking ball down and away, 2-2 now the count. As Manning now through an inning and a third of work, 51 pitches to his name. He's struggling as now he's holding that right arm. That's arm soreness is showing, you can tell a little bit here. The manager of the Pierre Trappers continues to look on. He has a man up in the bullpen now. 2-2. Inside, he's able to hold up. Full count now to Peyton McGregor. Gets himself another full count. As he went down 0-2 in his first at-bat and was able to work it full before getting on with the air. He comes up again and works it full after going 0-2 once more with 1 away. Nobody on after Dickinson unloads the bases. The next pitch, big swing and a miss. Strike 3 to Peyton McGregor. And that'll be out number 2. On the high fastball from Lewis Manning is now Sage McMinn. Comes up to the plate. He reached on an error as well the last time he came up. Now the Missouri Baptist transfer comes up. The 6'6" product from the state of Montana. Tonight's first baseman. Bit of a utility man for this Ragin' Rooster crew. Has played over at third and even got a start over there at shortstop at one point, or at least he likes to say he could have. The 0-2 now gets fouled up and out of play. 0-1 the count. 2 outs, nobody on after Caden Miller gets himself on after Rendoni goes down on strikes. Miller gets himself over to third base, and then Zach Dickinson lifts one down the left field line that he saw for a mile. It's 5-0 now your score as McGregor struck out, and now 2 away. The next pitch to McMinn. Swung on and fouled over that first base side. Doesn't sit on it long enough. 0-2 now the count to the Montana native. McMinn claps his hands there. He knows he could have sat on it just a little bit longer and ripped that one down that first base line. Unfortunately for him, it lands foul. 5-0 your score here in the bottom of the second inning. 3 score in the bottom of the first, 2 score here in the bottom of the second. Here in Bancroft Memorial Park, the Ragin' Roosters lead over the Pierre Trappers. The 0-2 to McMinn. Outside on the high fastball, ball 1. Lewis Manning, 56 pitches through an inning and 2/3 of work. He's just continuing to work here, try and go as deep into this ball game as he can. As he continues to fiddle with that right arm, his throwing arm that has been hurting him apparently recently. 1-2 now to Sage McMinn, the tall man, tonight's first baseman. The next pitch. Fastball, he rips over that second base side on the hard ground ball. Seagraves picks it up and makes the easy throw out to first for out number 3. Seagraves had an absolute bullet hit towards him, but he's able to make the play easily. So we'll go to the top of the third inning. Jackson Mix will look to lead us off for the Pierre Trappers. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 5-0 now your score here as we enter the top of the third inning. The Pierre Trappers down to the North Iowa Ragin Roosters as they were able to score 3 in the bottom of the first, and a 2-run shot off the bat of Zach Dickinson now makes this a 5-0 ball game. Jackson Mix will come up to the plate with nobody on and nobody out as he'll lead us off here in the bottom of the third inning. Currently have a moment. I believe the home plate umpire is currently off the field for a moment. I believe he might be using a restroom. I'm not entirely sure. Excuse me, he was getting something from his vehicle. I'm not entirely sure what he was doing. He was grabbing something, I'm gonna guess. I'm not entirely sure what, but it was something nonetheless. So I'm not sure what was going on there. The home plate umpire had to make a run over to his car, which was hilariously enough parked next to that Chevy pickup truck that got line drived by that foul ball. So now he comes back onto the field as Jacob Thurm continues to warm up a little bit here.
Leading off for the Trappers.
So now Jackson Mix, tonight's shortstop, comes up to the plate. Already has an error to his name, unfortunately for him. First time he came up, he's 0 for 1 now tonight as he flew out to right field. Zach Dixon didn't even really need to move over there. He comes up for his second time tonight. Jacob Thurm sets the next pitch. Fastball up in the zone, ball 1, 1-0 now the count with nobody on and nobody out here in the top of the third as Jackson Mix will lead us off. 5-0 your score. The Ragin Roosters lead these Pierre Trappers. The next pitch. Breaking ball inside, 2-0 now the count. The Northwestern College product entered this inning with 30 pitches to his name through 2 innings. He continues to work here. The 2-0 again from Thurm. Swung on and lifted out there towards right center field. Jackson Mix got a piece of this one. That ball's going to be caught by Nick Eastham out there in right center field. What a play! Nick Eastham had to lay out on the last second and make the catch. A nice play out there on what was a hard line drive out towards right center field. I thought that was going to be easy extra bases for Mix. Nick Eastham says, "No, sir, I'll take care of this one." So now Seagraves comes up to the plate. Trevor Seagraves out of Ottawa University of Arizona. He'll come up. He's already 0 for 1 tonight as well, batting .228 on the years. Jackson Mix gets robbed out there from the center fielder, Nick Eastham, who comes in for Nakasuka, who gets the night off, and Michael Pratt, who also have the night off tonight. He'll move into center field and takes over as that one stays way up and in to Jacob Thurm. 1-0 the count as Seagraves grounded out towards third the last time he came up. As Griffin Snyder was able to make the play across the diamond. 1-0 now the count to the second baseman. The next pitch. Breaking ball up in the zone once again. 2-0 now the count to the second man in this batting order. As the clouds continue to cover here in Bancroft, there's supposed to be a chance of rain, though we're not entirely concerned about it, as it's supposed to be a quick one, if at all. The next pitch. Fastball just outside, a late call, strike on the outside part of the zone. 2-1 now the count. As the clouds are starting to form out there towards center field. You can't really see it, unfortunately, on the stream, but the next pitch, breaking ball way up in the zone. That one doesn't get out of Thurm's hand the way he wants it to. 3-1 now the count to the Ottawa U product. So he also wears that helmet piece on the left side of his helmet, protecting his face the same way Zach Dickinson does. The 3-1, the count, the pitch. Up in the zone, ball 4. A walk to Trevor Seagraves puts a runner on first, and an ever so dangerous one at that, with 1 away. So now Will Hoke, who came up with a single his first time up with 2 away, comes up to the plate. Hoke hit a home run the last time we saw him in Pierre. A 2 or a 3-run shot. He comes up now with a single already to his name and a runner on first with 1 away. Trevor Seagraves, the ever-so-dangerous runner, a big swing and a miss from the first pitch from Thurm, up in the zone, 0-1. The elevated fastball just flies it right by Will Hoke, who definitely has a swinging style similar to that of what you would think of Cody Bellinger. Goes down and tries to take a big hack at every pitch that he sees. It's worked out for him well in this season. The next pitch does it again. This one's lifted over the right-hand side. Dickinson once again doesn't even really need to move on the line drive out there to right. Saving the knees of Zach Dickinson, thankfully for him, as he'll get out number 2. Now Hunter Brown will come up with a runner on first and 2 away. 0 for 1 tonight already for him. He struck out swinging the last time he came up. So that .216 batting average will go down a couple of points. 20 runs on the season, 12 RBIs. He's been an outstanding source of runs, whether he bats them around or is the run that scores at the pick over to first to Seagraves, who'll make it in safely. So 2 away and a runner on first for Hunter Brown, the Modesto Community College product. The next pitch. Big swing and a miss on the fastball, 0-1 the count. It almost looked like a changeup coming out of the hand of Thurm, but it zips on by Hunter Brown, who's not able to catch up. 0-1 now the count, 2 away, runner on first. 5-0 your score here in the top of the third inning here in Bancroft. The Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers. The 0-1 from Thurm, as time is called by the home plate umpire, as Thurm was already pretty much through his move, and unfortunately, it's not going to count. It probably would have been a strike, as Seagraves was also on the move, though, as Cy Probst was coming up, did the fake throw. So a very late time call from the home plate umpire. So 0-1 still the count. As Thurm checks the runner at first once again. The 0-1 from the Northwestern College product. Slider outside, ball 1, as can't get Hunter Brown to bite. 1-1 now the count. That's Jacob Thurm. 2 2/3 inning of work. He throws over to first to keep Seagraves honest. Gets in there safely. It's the second baseman from Ottawa, University of Arizona. Ever so dangerous, very quick on the base paths, very good with the defensive glove and getting himself on. The 1-1 from Thurm. He continues to check the runner at first. The next pitch. Fastball down and away. 2-1 now the count, as Cy Probst with a good block behind home plate. Probst getting the start tonight is Eddie Madrigal, who made 3 straight starts in Pierre. Gets the night off finally, as Probst was dealing with a bit of an illness. That is the reason why he's wearing long sleeves tonight. It's the next pitch on the breaking ball. Gets him to swing and a miss. 2-2 now the count, as Probst with those black long sleeves is due to the medication that he's currently on from the illness. He's not technically allowed to be in direct sunlight for an extended period of time, so he's wearing the long sleeves to try and keep that from happening. The 2-2, the runner's on the move. The breaking ball's down and away. Probst gets to get by him. Unfortunately, the breaking ball allows Seagraves to advance, as that one would be more of a wild pitch, unfortunately, as Cy Probst was not able to make the play on the outside slider that he dropped. So Seagraves advanced to second with 2 away. Full count now to Hunter Brown. The next pitch from Thurm. Breaking ball hit over that third base side. Griffin Snyder picks it up. The throw to first is in time. A good stretch by Sage McMinn for out number 3. So Jacob Thurm's able to get out of it pretty easily. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. 5-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 5-0 now your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft. As we enter the bottom of the third inning, we'll have Wyatt Duncan lead us off. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He reached on with an error the last time he came up over to that shortstop side, as Jackson Mix made the throwing error that allowed the run to score, Zach Dickinson. Now Duncan comes up, batting .283 on the year, a .528 slugging percentage. One of the best power-hitting players on this Ragin Roosters crew. He comes up now, the man from California. So Lewis Manning continues to work here on the mound. The next pitch, up in the zone, ball 1. Lewis Manning, 57 pitches through 2 innings of work. Unfortunately, it's taken him a lot to try and get through these 2 innings, and he's suffering from arm soreness right now as he continues to try and go as deep into this ball game as he can. The 1-0 to Wyatt Duncan. Fastball up and in. He gets a big swing and a miss on the high heat. 1-1 now the count. As Duncan, who comes up with nobody on and nobody out, is he'll lead us off here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 5-0 your score. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Big swing and a miss on the slider. He gets go right through it, so 1-2 now the count. It's the Biola U product on the up to the plate from the state of California. One of these many California players on this Ragin' Rooster crew. The next pitch. Fastball, he gets it up high and he fouls it off. So 1-2 now the count, still to Wyatt Duncan as he tries to stay alive. As Duncan was talking before with me about how when we were in Pierre it was 103 degrees. It was reminding him of home, similar to what Zach Dickinson was saying as well. The next pitch, he fouls it off once again. Continues to stay alive for the big, tall first baseman, tonight's DH from the state of California. He's talking about the many junior colleges in the state of California. They have their own division out there where they do not play against the NJC or the NJCCA. It's the next pitch. Swung on and lifted out there to straightaway center field. Tyler Traphagen will pick it up on the fly ball, and that'll be out number 1. As it sounded like it got off a weird part of the bat there from Wyatt Duncan, and it'll go down 0-2 now tonight, as now Nick Eastham, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI single, comes up to the plate. Unfortunately for Eastham, on the last time he came up, he tried to steal number 10 of his stolen bases. Now he has 16 RBIs on the year as well. I said 15 the last time he came up, is 16. He was looking for stolen base number 10. Unfortunately for him, Griffin Snyder came up with the single that did cancel it out. So now the next pitch, outside ball 1 on the slider, 1-0 to the Midway product. As it has been a silent competition here between Nick Eastham and Caleb Herbert. One that I don't think either of them will say is a competition, but I like to think that it is. The next pitch. Slider once again, this one inside. 2-0 now the count as Lewis Manning continues to shake his arm up there on the mound, just trying to get himself to continue to work here. 65 pitches through 2 1/3 inning of work. So unfortunately, the area has been pulled from the sail of this Pierre Trappers squad with 3 errors tonight in that first inning. A big swing and a miss from Nick Eastham. 2-1 now the count. He got a small piece of that one, but unfortunately took a big swing and a miss. Eastham continues to try and stay alive here. 2-1 the count to him with 1 away. The next pitch. Outside, but he gets the called strike. Good framework by Trumpull. 2-2 now the count. Eastham with the all-blue gear on right now. A blue sliding glove, the blue helmet, and the blue normal fielding glove with that Midway logo on it. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled up and over to the right-hand side. It'll end out of play. So it continues to stay alive here. So now Eastham, once I was saying before, with the blue equipment, a bright blue glove that I much appreciate and I think is very interesting and cool looking personally. So he wears that all blue gear. It's the 2-2. Swung on and hit over that right-hand side. Trevor Seagraves trying to find it up there in the air. He will. That'll be out in number 2 on the fly ball into short right center field. So that'll be out number 2. And now Griffin Snyder, who's 1 for 1 with that ground ball single to his name, comes up to the plate. The St. Mary's College product comes up with 2 away and nobody on. Already has a single to his name. The single that accidentally canceled out the stolen base for Nick Eastham. He now comes up to the plate. Next pitch from Lewis Manning. Swung on and hit over the right-hand side. Will Hoke's going to try and make a play on it in foul territory. Trevor Seagraves is going to call him off, and that's going to end up in foul territory. An unfortunate play there as Seagraves called off his teammate Will Hoke, who was the closer one to that ball, but Hoke would have had to try to make the overhand catch. Seagraves called him off, trying to make the sliding grab, and unfortunately lands right at his feet. So 0-1 to count, as Snyder already has a single to his name in tonight's contest. He comes up with nobody on and 2 away after Duncan flies out to center, and Eastham flies out to right center. That one gets fouled up and out of play on the up high fastball. 0-2 now the count to the utility man from the state of Missouri. teammates with Eddie Madrigal, someone who I've actually gotten to talk to a lot more recently, was very interested in the broadcast and being able to come up on a guest. Next time you have a night off, Griffin, just let me know and we can see if we can get you up here for a little bit. It's the 0-2. Swung on and hit up and out of play on the off-speed pitch. It'll land foul. That one lands in the middle of the roadway here. It ends up in the neighbor's yard. So 0-2 still the count here to Griffin Snyder, the St. Mary's College product. As now Lewis Manning up to 72 pitches through 2 2/3 of an inning of work. I can't imagine he'll go too much deeper into this ball game. The next pitch hit to straightaway center field. It's going to be shallow out there. Will anybody make it there? No one will. 2 for 2 tonight for Griffin Snyder on the fly ball. As he'll trot over there towards second. No one was at the second base bag. He advances up quite a distance, but doesn't make it up far enough. So a shallow center single off the bat of Griffin Snyder puts a runner on first with 2 away. Now Cy Probst from Maine University comes up to the plate, getting the first start tonight now after 3 days off. He did come in as a pinch hitter a couple of times for Eddie Madrigal, including in Game 2 where he came up with a game-tying RBI double that scored Rendoni all the way from first, and what was a thrilling Game 2 that unfortunately the Ragin Roosters fell. So now with a runner on first and 2 outs, Cy Probst comes up to the plate. The next pitch. Check swing on the breaking ball. He gets it to go. So 0-1 now the count to Cy Probst, who is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field the last time he came up on the line drive. He was the final out in the bottom of the first inning. That 3-run inning, including 3 errors by the Pierre Trappers. 5-0 your score here in the bottom of the third. The next pitch swung on and hit over that right-hand side. Griffin will try, or no, excuse me, that is Griffin over there on the right-hand side. Won't even try and make a play on it as it lands foul. 0-2 now the count. The man from Lock Haven, Pennsylvania, my neck of the woods over there in the mid-Atlantic area. As he comes up with a runner on first and 2 away. Duncan flies out to center for out number 1 before Eastham flew out to shallow right center field, and Griffin Snyder gets on with a single. So 2 away and a runner on first in the bottom of the third. The next pitch, way up in the zone. 1-2 now the count on the fastball. Cy Probst, one of the, I would say, more positive players on this crew. Always seems to be full of energy, always seems to have a smile on his face, wants to play, always looking to get reps, always looking to get his butt out on the diamond. And it's a form of energy we all love to see here in Bancroft. The 1-2 count to the Maine U product. Griffin Snyder on the move. He'll swing and hit over that shortstop side. It's going to erase the stolen base, but a good turn of events for the Ragin Roosters. As Jackson Mix went over to try and cover the bag on the Griffin Snyder steal, it allows a single off the bat of Cy Probst.
Number 3, Cameron Rendoni.
Now Cameron Rendoni will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout to his name on the swing and a miss as the Grandview product, batting 214 with a 405 on base percentage. Has runners on second and first with 2 away. 5-0 your score here as we sit in the bottom of the third inning. The Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers. Rendoni trying to extend that lead with Snyder on second and Probst on first. First pitch down and away, gets away, and it'll allow the runners to advance. On the passed ball there from Carson Trumpold. That one was down and in between his legs. He gets it go by him, and 1-0 now the count to Cameron Rendoni, who did go down on strike swinging last time, took 2 high fastballs and swung right through him, unfortunately for him, but the Algona native now has runners 90 and 180 feet away, with both of them having decent speed. 1-0 the count to the Algona native. 2 outs, runners on second and third. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Breaking ball lifted over there to the left-hand side towards the left field line. The left fielder, Maddox Mueller, will be there for out number 3 on the fly ball. So that'll end the inning as they're not able to score any here in the bottom of the third inning. The first time tonight that that's happened. So we'll be right back after this quick break. We'll go to the top of the 4th inning. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park. 5-0 your score here as we enter the top of the 4th inning. The Ragin Roosters lead here in Bancroft, down a 6-game losing streak, trying to end it here, and they have a good lead to help them do that right now as Noah McCreary, who's 0 for 1, comes up to the plate. As the Clark U product comes up, 12 RBIs, a homer to his name on the year, batting .234. He comes up to the plate. Tonight's DH. 0 for 1 tonight, as he flew out to left field the last time he came up. The next pitch. Breaking ball out and away from Jacob Thurm, 1-0 as he continues to pitch here. 46 pitches through 3 innings of work. A pretty efficient outing for him so far, as I knock on wood, as not to jinx him. The Northwestern College product throws a fastball right by him. 1-1 now the count to Noah McCreary. The left-handed hitting outfielder, tonight's DH. Comes up to the plate. The next pitch, way inside on the fastball. 2-1 now the count. As Thurm continuing to work quickly here. He likes to do so when there's no runners on. Trying to change up his pace has been one of the more effective arms for this Ragin Rooster crew. Mostly brought in as a reliever. It's the next pitch, big swing and a miss. 2-2 now the count. It was converted into a starter where he threw 6 clean innings against the Souris Valley Saberdogs, and what was unfortunately a 4-2 loss for them, but it was an exceptional outing. In that one time against Saberdogs, unfortunately gave up 7 runs the last time. The next pitch, outside, ball 3 now to McCreary. As he's been one of the more effective starting arms, especially here at home, as he's been mostly a homebody, unfortunately, for the Ragin Roosters. He's not been able to travel with the team. 3-2 now the count, the pitch. Inside fastball, he fouls it off his foot, so he'll stay alive. A quality at bat now for Noah McCreary, as he continues to try and stay alive here, as the Trappers wearing those navy blue jerseys with the gold script across their chests. They're wearing that with their navy blue hats and the gray pants. The Ragin Roosters wear their white on white, something they've been looking forward to wearing now for a couple of weeks. At the 1-1. Excuse me, full count. That was inside. Ball 4. That one was just a little too far inside, I guess. It looked good, but wasn't able to get out number 1. So now Carson Trumpold, who struck out last time he came up, comes up to the plate. Tonight's beer batter, he'll hear it from this home crowd of the Bancroft. The Bismarck State product comes up to the plate, batting .265, a .419 on-base percentage. Him and Daniel Hab, who is now out for the rest of the year, were the 2 main forms of offense in the catching position. The first pitch from Jacob Thurm. Breaking ball up in the zone, ball 1, 1-0 the count. He now has a runner on first with nobody out as he walks McCreary, the first batter of this top of the 4th. As the Northwestern College product checks the runner first. McCreary continuing to gain a lead. The next pitch, fastball hit over the shortstop side. Caden Miller's going to pick it up. The throw to first as he didn't try and go to second base. Realized McCreary was running pretty quickly. I think the call was made by Thurm to go to first. So that'll be a ground out for out number 1. It allows McCreary to advance, but now Tyler Trapphagen, who is 1 for 1 tonight, he had that other 2-out single to his Pierre Trappers crew, comes up. Was batting .421 entering tonight's game. That number will go up once again, a .974 OPS for him this season. He's only played a handful of games, but it's been an outstanding source of offense for this Pierre Trappers crew. He now has a runner on second with 1 away. 5-0 your score here between the North Iowa Ragin Roosters and the Pierre Trappers. A fastball up in the zone, a good pitch, but not a good enough. 1-0 the count. McCreary on second after getting on with the walk, advancing after the ground out from Carson Trumpold. Trapphagen hit that single to right center field the last time he came up. The 1-0. Fastball down and away, gets away from Probst. The runner will try and advance. Probst, the throw down to third, will not be in time. The wild pitch allows McCreary to advance to third, so now the Pierre Trappers have an opportunity to score here in the top of the 4th inning with a runner 90 feet away in Tyler Trapphagen up to the plate. Already has 5 RBIs on the year and is 1 for 1 tonight with a single already. He'll come up with a runner on third. The next pitch, strike on the outer part of the zone. 1-2-1 now the count. McCreary advances all the way up to third after the walk, getting up to second on the ground out from Carson Trumpold and advancing on the wild pitch. The 2-1. Swung on a hit right back up the middle. Thurm's going to catch the runner on a rundown. He's going to throw to third. The throw home is going to be a side probes. And now we're a bit of a rundown. He'll make the throw back over to third. Griffin Snyder will apply the tag. And that'll be out number 2. McCreary gets out on the ground ball right back to Jacob Thurm. He took a second to decide where to throw that ball. And he finally gets the play. So Thurm gets McCreary out.
Next to bat for the Trappers.
After what was an odd rundown. So now 2 away, and Maddox Mueller comes up to the plate. Still 5-0 after the fielder's choice. Gets the runner out at third. Maddox Mueller comes up with that bright blue bat. The first pitch to him from Jacob Thurm. Checks the runner first continuously. The next pitch. Up in the zone, ball 1. 1-0 now the count to Maddox Mueller. 1-0 now the count. Runner on first. Taylor Trappers getting on with the fielder's choice. That one stays inside. 2-0 now the count as side probes try to juggle that ball in his hands to make the throw to first. Unfortunately, he drops it, so no throw down, but keeps the ball in front of him nonetheless. Doesn't allow Trappers to go anywhere. So 2-0 now the count. 2 outs. Runner on first. 5-0 your score in the bottom of the fourth. Or excuse me, top of the fourth, as that ball's popped straight up in foul territory. Cy Probst underneath it. Griffin Snyder will try and call him off, but Cy Probst will call him off instead as the battery gets out number 3. A great defensive play by the 2 on that side of the infield. They clap hands, say, hey, that's good play. So that'll end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Cy Probst gets out number 3. At 5-0 now your score. The Ragin Roosters continue to lead the Pierre Trappers. We'll be right back after this quick break. The Ragin Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 5-0 your score here. The Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning. Caden Miller will look to lead us off in the leadoff spot tonight. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly ball to center field to his name. He's at .438 on base percentage. Will continue to go up as Lewis Manning still out on the mound right now. 79 pitches through 3 innings. That sore right arm of his pitching arm. He continues to fiddle with a little bit, but he continues to say, I want to keep pitching, coach, and Pierre Trappers will allow him to do that. So the first pitch to the shortstop tonight, the next one, up and in on the fastball, almost takes off Caden Miller's arms, so 1-0 now the count to the Centralia Community College product. It's the leadoff man who traditionally hits in the 8 and 9 spot, gets the leadoff spot tonight. It's the 1-0. Swung on and lifted out there towards left field. The left fielder is going to lose it in the sky for a minute, but Maddox Mueller is able to make the play on the line drive. He lost it for a second and then had to make the last second adjustment to make the play. So 1 away, now Zach Dickinson, who's 2 for 2 tonight with a single and an absolute bomb down the left field line, comes up to the plate. So the Hope International product comes up for his 3rd time tonight with nobody on and 1 away. The man from California comes up, looking for his 3rd hit here for the Ragin Roosters. First pitch from Lewis Manning. Swung on and hit out towards center field. Tyler Trappers comes in and then has to walk backwards and gets out number 2 on the first swing that he sees. So unfortunately not a perfect night for Dickerson, but that'll be okay. So Peyton McGregor will now come up with 2 away and nobody on. McGregor 0 for 2 tonight. He has a strikeout and reached on an error the first time he came up. The first error of this ball game for the Pierre Trappers on that ground ball that Jackson Mix unfortunately was not able to make the play on. 5-0 your North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead. The first pitch he sees up in the zone, ball 1. Peyton McGregor, the Oakland U product from Scottsdale, Arizona. One of multiple players as well from Arizona, including Caleb Herbert, who gets the night off. So now Lewis Manning, 83 pitches to his name. The next pitch. Strike on the upper part of the zone. 0-1-1 now the count to tonight's left fielder. Shows a lot of pop to his bat. His second place in home runs with 2 on this Ragin' Rooster crew with 9 RBIs. A late addition who hit a first home run on the first pitch that he saw against Red River. That one gets fouled off. 1-2 now the count. His very first plate appearance with this Ragin' Rooster crew, he took the Red River Pilots deep to left field and then had a home run against the South Valley Saberdogs, 2 of the best teams in the Expedition League this season. But unfortunately for him, has not been able to get a boatload of hits. That 182 batting average says. Is now the 1-2 to McGregor. Swung on and hit over that right-hand side. It's going to end up and out of play. Foul ball. So look to see if he can slug another one here. He had a double against the Pierre Trappers last night. That was shot all the way to the left center field wall. He'll look to see if he can go ahead and replicate that here tonight. It's now 1-2 the count, with 2 outs and nobody on. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Up in the zone, 2-2 now the count on the high fastball. This time, Peyton McGregor will not chase it. So that one was a little too high. Even for the tall Peyton McGregor, who stands at about 6'3", is built like a lineman. He's been able to show that pop with those big, strong arms. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled up and over to the right-hand side. Will Hoke's going to try and get underneath it. He will, and that will be out number 3 on the pop out to the first base side. So Lewis Manning gets out of that inning quickly. Only 88 pitches now to his name through 4. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. 5-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin' Roosters still lead the Pierre Trappers. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft, Iowa, home of the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters here at Bancroft Memorial Park. 5-0 your score. The North Iowa Ragin' Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Jacob Griffin hitting in the 9-hole tonight for the Pierre Trappers comes up. He's 0-for-1 tonight from the Ottawa University of Arizona. With a .451 on base percentage, leads the team in RBIs and homers, but is still hitting in the 9-hole tonight. Tonight's right fielder. He popped out to short the last time he came up. It's the first pitch he'll see. He's down and in on the dirt on the breaking ball. 1-0. 62 pitches for Jacob Thurm through 4 innings of work. He'll look to see how deep he can go into this ball game. We'll hope to see at least 7 innings maybe from him if we get lucky. It's the 1-0. Outside, ball 2. 2-0 now the count from Jacob Thurm to Jacob Griffin. Tonight's 9-hole hitter in right field. He popped out to that second base side where Caden Miller called off Caden Miller called off Cameron Rindoni. As this one hit over the left-hand side, as Griffin Snyder's going to try and make the play. He will not, as that ball gets down in left field. It's Peyton McGregor now. There was a whole Bermuda triangle of players out there between Caden Miller, Griffin Snyder, and Peyton McGregor. No one, unfortunately, is able to get there. So a single off the bat of Jacob Griffin, and now Jackson Mix, who's 0-for-2, comes up to the plate with a runner on first and nobody away. So unfortunately, no one was able to get there, as there was a couple of Ragin' Roosters that tried their hardest to make it out there as quickly as possible, including Griffin Snyder, who was the closest, but was not able to make it. So Jackson Mix, tonight's shortstop, comes up to the plate. It's lined out to right and center, is 2 times up. The next pitch. just inside, ball 1. That was a close pitch to Jackson Mix, the left-handed hitting infielder, who last time he was here in Bancroft was hit by a pitch and had to leave and be transported to the hospital to get stitches. That one gets laced down that first base line. That one's going to go over and actually going to hit the bus. It's over for the Pierre Trappers. That ball went up and hit the side of it as the Trappers bus is over in the parking lot here in Bancroft. On that right-hand side, he shot it all the way down there as it hopped, skipped, and bumped right into the side of the bus. So 1-1 now the count to tonight's middle infielder. The next pitch from Thurm. Fastball fouled off. 1-2 now the count to Jackson Mix with a runner on first after Jacob Griffin's able to single to left field on the pop fly that just cuts in and gets into that Bermuda Triangle of area that's in that weird spot over near the foul line. It happens over on that right field side as well between the right fielder, second baseman, and first baseman as River Terry and I believe Travis Herbert go down to get warmed up right now. It's 1-2 now the count to Jackson Mix. The next pitch. Fastball up and in on his hand. Sage McMinn's going to try and make a play on it, but it's going to land up and over in foul. So still 1-2 the count to Jackson Mix. 5-0 your score here in the top of the 5th inning. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters still lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft, trying to snap a 6-game losing streak. They were swept by Surres Valley at home the last time they were here and swept by Pierre in their last 3-game series. Breaking ball hit out towards shallow right center field. Nick Easton's going to try and get underneath it. He will. Out number 1 on the fly ball to straightaway center. As the wind blew it from right center field and was able to blow it towards center, as now the wind's picking up a little bit more here in Bancroft. With 1 away now and a runner on first, Trevor Seagraves, who's 0 for 1 tonight with a walk, comes up to the plate. He grounded out to third his first time and then took a walk. He now comes up for his third at-bat as the Ottawa University of Arizona product comes up. Has 16 runs with his 5 RBIs. The last time we saw him here in Bancroft, he was hitting in the 4 spot for these Pierre Trappers and did an excellent job doing so. He now comes up with 1 away and a runner on first. Jacob Thurm checks the runner. The first pitch. Big fastball goes through the hand of Cy Probst. They're going to call it foul. 0-1 the count. I wasn't sure if Seagraves actually got a piece of that one or if Cy Probst had just dropped it. Apparently he foul-tipped it. I couldn't hear it from up here in the box. But that's apparently what the call is. So 0-1 now the count. Jacob Griffin on first. Doesn't have exceptional speed, but might look to swipe some bases if given the opportunity. He's not getting a very good lead over there. Cy Probst sets up outside. The next pitch. Fastball outside. Good framework. 0-2 now the count. Cy Probst, excellent offensive and defensive hitter. Or excuse me, defensive fielder for these Ragin Roosters. Definitely the defensive specialist between the two catchers here, between Eddie Madrigal and himself. Madrigal definitely having a little more pop to his bat, but Probst definitely getting himself on just as much, it seems. Has been an excellent captain of the infield, you could say. So 0-2 now the count, with 1 out and a runner on first. Jacob Griffin getting on with a single before having Jackson Mix fly out to center field. The 0-2 to Trevor Seagraves. Curveball hit right back up the middle. It bounces off of Thurm's ankle. He's not going to be able to make the plays. He lets it roll. Jacob Griffin's going to try and overrun second base. So a hard line drive off the ankle of Jacob Thurm. So an infield single for Trevor Seagrave, as that one almost took off the ankles. It actually did hit the ankles of Jacob Thurm. Is now Adam Pointer, the new assistant coach for this Ragin Rooster crew, the pitching coach who has experience in the minors with the Cincinnati Reds, comes out to talk to him for a moment just to make sure he's okay. I'm pretty sure, as that one was laced right back up the middle. Unfortunately for him, he stumbled when he got off the mound and let Cy Probst, who thought he was going to pick it up in the infield, make the play. So runners at second and first with 1 away. Jacob Griffin on second. Trevor Seagraves at first. Griffin not exceptional speed, but Seagraves has the outstanding speed over there at first. And now Will Hoke, who's 1 for 2 tonight, already has a single to his name with 2 outs, comes up to the plate. He now comes up with 1 out and runners on first and second. Hit a home run against the same Ragin Roosters in Pierre in Game 2. He now has 11 RBIs on the season, a boatload of singles. He had a massive double in Sioux Falls that almost made it out of Sioux Falls Stadium. The first pitch to him. Swung on and ripped down the right field line. That ball's going to get down. It's going to bounce all the way to the fence, and that ball's going to be for extra bases. Griffin's going to score. They're going to try and hold Seagraves at third, so a big double off the bat of Will Hoke, the first pitch he sees. He's been ripping the baseball these last couple of days, and that's another point of that. So 1-5 now your score. The Pierre Trappers have some life.
Next to bat for the Trappers.
Will Hoke put a charge into another one there. He ripped it down that right field line, hit it about 310 out there as it's 320 out there to right and left, and he put a charge into that one. So Hunter Brown, who's 0 for 2, comes up with runners at 90 and 180 feet away. He'll come up now. 0 for 2 tonight with one out. And runners on second and third. 1-5 now your score. The Trappers score a run here in the top of the fifth. The next pitch from Thurm, down and away. Side props a good block, 1-0. Hunter Brown hitting in the 4 spot tonight. Struck out swinging and grounded out to that third base side as Griffin Snyder slid over to make the play. The Modesto Community College product comes up to the plate. 1-0 the count to him. Thurm sets the pitch. Fastball up and in. 2-0 now the count as the Northwestern College product continues to work here through 4 1/3 inning of work. 76 pitches to his name here. He'll look to see if he can at least go 5 or 6 and try and conserve this Ragin' Rooster bullpen. Next pitch from Thurm. Swung on and hits to straightaway center field. That ball's going to get down. That's going to score at least 1, and they're going to try and hold the runner Hoke at third. So now runners at the corners with 1 away, and a base hit allows to score another run. Now 5-2 your score. Jacob Thurm is struggling to get out of this 4th inning. As Hunter Brown just able to poke that one out towards center field, allows a run to score. Will Hoke was not going to test out the arm of Nick Eastham out there in center field. Is now Noah McCreary, who's 0 for 1 with a walk, comes up to his 3rd appearance here. Home run and 12 RBIs to his name. Looking for RBI number 13 here for the Pierre Trappers. 5-2 now your score with 1 away. He flew out to left the first time he came up and then promptly walked as the Northwestern College product continues to work on the mound. 77 pitches now to his name through 4 1/3 inning of work. Checks the runner at first once again. Side probe sets up down and away. The next pitch. Fastball down and in. It gets right in front of Probst as he makes a good block. 1-0 now the count. So he'll ask for a new baseball. Hunter Brown not looking to steal a base just yet. He does have Will Hoke over there at third base with 1 away, as now McCreary, the left-handed hitting Clark U product, comes up. Tonight's DH, Carson Trumpold, who's up next. And then Tyler Trapphagen. The next pitch. Swung on and hit into shallow infield side. Jacob Griffin will get called off by Griffin Snyder. Out number 2 on the infield pop fly. McCreary's upset about himself with that one. He bites the bat and gets some words yelled into the barrel. So now Carson Trumpold, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout to his name tonight, comes up. He grounded out to short the last time he came up. Struck out the very first time tonight's beer batter. Comes up. Bismarck State product gets the start tonight behind the plate, as now there are only 2 catchers for these Pierre Trappers. It is between him and Garrett Arnold, as Daniel Hab is out for the season with an injury. Runners at the corners, 2 away. 5-2 your score here in the top of the 5th inning. The next pitch. Fastball just high. Goodness gracious, that one was close. 1-0 the count. The Ragin' Roosters lead here in Bancroft. The wind now blowing out towards straightaway center field. The next pitch just outside. 2-0 now the count as Jacob Thurm continues to work on the mound. 81 pitches now through 4 2/3 of an inning of work as Carson Trumpold, the 6-hole hitter, comes up to the plate. Tyler Trapphagen is up next. That's not somebody you want to see if you're a Ragin' Rooster fan just yet. So next pitch. Swung on a hit right back up the middle. Caden Miller's going to pick it up cleanly, go to second, and he is going to be there in time. Unfortunately for Hunter Brown, he's not able to make it into the bag in time. It was a slow ground ball.
Into 4.5 complete.
So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and now 5-2 your score. The North Iowa Ragin' Roosters continue to hold their lead over these Pierre Trappers. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 5-2 now your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters continue to hold their lead over these Pierre Trappers. They're able to put up 2 in the top of the 5th, but the Ragin Roosters continue to hold their lead. As now Sage McMinn comes up to the plate. I don't know where I got the name Nathan from, but Sage McMinn now comes up, who's currently 0 for 2 on the night. Got on with an error the first time he came up. He grounded out to second the last time on the hard ground ball. He now comes up to lead us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Lewis Manning, 88 pitches through 4 innings of work. He'll continue to work on the mound here. I'm not much sure how much further he's going to make it into this ball game. The next pitch, breaking ball, called strike. 0-1 now the count to McMinn, the Montana native. Standing at 6'6", the left-handed hitting first baseman, utility man, really, as he's played all over this infield as well as been a pitcher. The 0-1 to him. Outside this time, 1-1 now the count. McMinn does have a home run on the year in the original series against the Pierre Trappers that was put out towards right field. He hit a couple in batting practice, and Pierre, unfortunately, has not been able to exhibit it too much this season. It's the 1-1. Swung on and fouled off. 1-2 now the count for McMinn as he's trying to come up with his very first hit of the ball game, or at least get himself on once again after he reached with the error the first time he came up and grounded out to second the last time he came up. So the wind can now blowing out towards straightaway center field, 82 degrees here in Bancroft. 1-2 now to McMinn. Swing and a miss on the high fastball, strike 3. McMinn goes down on strikes for out number 1. Now Wyatt Duncan will come up. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a fly ball to center field the last time he came up. The Biola U product, the ever so powerful slugger from the state of California, comes up. 5-2 your score here. The Ragin Roosters still lead the Pierre Trappers in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now there's one away after McMinn goes down on strikes. Duncan comes up to the plate. The first pitch from Lewis Manning. Down and away, ball 1 as the breaking ball gets away from Lewis Manning. Now up to 93 pitches on the night. We're not sure how much further he can make it into this ball game. He is still dealing with some right arm tightness. It's the 1-0 to Duncan. Fastball, he takes a big swing at it, fouls it off. 1-1 now the count. 0 for 2 tonight. He made it on in the first time he came up with that ground ball error from Jackson Mix as he threw it away past Trevor Seagraves. He flew out to center field the last time he came up. Now comes up with 1 out and nobody on base. The next pitch from Lewis Manning. Fastball again. This one's ripped out there towards left center field. That ball's going to at least go all the way to the fence, and that ball is going to bounce off the fence. I thought he might have made it all the way to the ballpark. Wyatt Duncan will make it into second base sliding. I think he thought it made it out as well. It bounced off that white sign in left center field. I thought it went out. It almost looked like it did. It did bounce, so for a double off the bat of Wyatt Duncan, an absolute shot off the bat of the California native. So now there's a runner on second with a 1 away. Nick Eastham will come up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 tonight with a single. That was an RBI. And a fly out to second base the last time he came up. So with 1 out and a runner on second after an absolute missile of a double by Wyatt Duncan out there to left center, I thought it made it out of the ballpark. Unfortunately, it bounces off the top of the fence over there on that left center field sign. I believe that's the Iowa State Bank sign out there as it bounced off the top of that and lands back into fair territory. So 1 out, runner on second, the Midway U product at the plate. Lewis Manning checks the runner at second. Duncan not going to get a massive lead, but the next pitch to hit over to that third base side. Hunter Brown's going to try and make the quick play. Checks the runner at second. Duncan's going to try and advance. Unfortunately, he doesn't make it. So Duncan tried his hardest to try and get the full on Hunter Brown, and unfortunately it ends up being a fielder's choice. A smart play by Hunter Brown to hold on to it. It looked like he was going to try and make the throw. Instead, it gets Duncan out at third. So Griffin Schneider, who's already 2 for 2 tonight, comes back up to the plate. It's the St. Mary's product from St. Louis, Missouri, comes up. Duncan tried to be snifty there over at second base, tried to advance to third as he thought Hunter Brown was going to make the throw over to first. Instead, he holds on to it and is able to catch Duncan advancing to third, where Lewis Manning is able to apply the tag. So 2 outs and a runner on first. It's the next pitch from Lewis Manning. Eastham's on the move. Down the dirt, ball 1. Eastham has stolen base number 10. That ball ends up in center field. So Nick Eastham now has double-digit stolen bases on the season. That ball makes it into center field as Jackson Mix is not able to make the play, so 10 stolen bases now for Nick Eastham. He takes the lead for the Ragin Roosters, and now Caleb Herbert, once he gets back on the on the field, he's going to be roaring around the base paths, I can already tell. So Griffin Snyder, 1-0 the count to him on a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. Already 2 for 2 tonight. He already has a single to his name. 2 of them, I should say. So the next pitch to Griffin Snyder. Breaking ball down in the dirt. This one's able to get blocked by Trumpold, though. 2-0 now the count. As Manning now up to 98 pitches through 4 2/3 of an inning of work. This will most likely be his final inning, so I don't see the Trappers trying to force him to go any further here. So 2-0 now the count with 2 away and a runner on second. Nick Eastham, great speed out there. A ball into the gaps could easily score him. The next pitch from Manning. Down and away, this one's in the dirt once again. A good block once again by Trumpold. Now 3-0 the count to the St. Louis St. Louis native. The St. Mary's College product. The utility man has experience at third, second, the outfield, and even on the mound this year. Continues to work. He's primarily been used at third base, but has been getting a little bit of use all over the infield and outfield, including on the mound. So 3-0 now the count, 2 outs and a runner on second. Snyder will most likely hold on this next swing, the next pitch. Strike on the inner part of the zone, 3-1 the count. We'll see if he gets the green light here from Dakota Young over there at third base. So it is Jared Brandon still over there at first, tonight's first base coach, trading spots with Jordan Kelly, I'm pretty sure. So 3-1 now the count to Griffin Snyder. The St. Mary's product at the plate. Has a runner on second with 2 outs. 5-2 your score in the bottom of the 5th inning here in Bancroft. The next pitch. Swung on and ripped over to that shortstop side. Jackson Mix will pick it up on the hop. The throw to first. Will Hoke is able to make the extension, and that'll be out number 3. So Griffin Snyder grounds out on a 6-3. And we'll enter the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Roosters broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park, as it is now 5-2 your score here in the top of the 6th inning. Now Tyler Trapphagen will come up to lead us off for the Pierre Trappers. He's 1 for 2 tonight from Ridgewater College. A late addition to this Pierre Trappers squad is Jacob Thurm will continue to work on the mound here for the Ragin Roosters. 82 pitches through 5 innings of work. Now Trapphagen 1 for 2 tonight, had a single his first time up before he grounded into that fielder's choice right back up the middle the last time he came up. 5-2 your score here in the top of the 6th. The first pitch from Thurm hit over to the left-hand side, I should say. Cy Probst will try and track it down. He almost makes the catch. Oh, good play by Cy Probst. Unfortunately, just can't make it. He was prepped up right against that wall over there where the fencing meets that dugout where the Pierre Trappers were. He tried to make the play as it drifted a little bit, and he tried to make the almost diving catch over there. Is unfortunately not able to make it. He was upset with himself a little bit, but it was a good attempt nonetheless. 0-1 the count to Tyler Trapphagen. The next pitch from Jacob Thurm. Breaking ball inside. 1-1 now the count to the left-handed hitting center fielder. Thurm from Northwestern College continues to work. The next pitch swung on and popped up straight to Jacob Thurm on the mound. Cy Probst is going to call him off, and he'll make the play. So that'll be out number 1 as Cy Probst calls off yet another person. As this time Jacob Thurm tried to call him off, but instead Cy Probst says, no sir, that's my baseball. So out number 1 is now Maddox Mueller, who's 0 for 1 tonight. Comes up to the plate. He has a walk and an out to his name on the night. Tonight's left fielder, hitting in the 8th spot, comes up with 1 out and nobody on after Trapphagen flies out to the pitcher. Popped out to the catcher the last time he came up. He walked the first time. Now that bright blue bat comes up to the plate. Ball 1 on the outside part of the zone on the breaking ball. So 1-0 now to Maddox Mueller, who made a pitching appearance, I believe, the last time he was here in Bancroft. He's in left field tonight. Not likely for him to make it on the mound. We will see, of course. The next pitch from Thurm. Fastball, strike 1 on the outside part of the zone. 1-1 now the count. 5-2 your score. The Ragin Roosters lead the Trappers here in the top of the 6th inning in Bancroft, Iowa. The wind now blowing out towards right center field from the third base side. The next pitch. Inside is now strike 2 on the called strike. You can tell the wind is starting to pick up a little bit here. It was pretty quiet at first as it's now started to pick up more with 1 away. Now 80 degrees here in Bancroft. That ball gets fouled off by Maddox Mueller trying to stay alive. Here's the left fielder, traditionally playing in center field. Comes up as the left fielder tonight. Jacob Thurm continues to work on the mound here. He's at 89 pitches through 5 1/3 inning of work, trying to go as deep into this ball game as he can. There is a man, as now Thurm frustrated on that one as the home plate umpire calls time again midway through his form, and I understand why. It's a very frustrating thing to do when you're a pitcher whenever you're halfway through and the home plate umpire calls time. It's happened a couple of times tonight for both sides. So now 1-2 the count. The next pitch from Jacob Thurm. Fastball fouls this one straight up and out of play. Still 1-2 now the count to Maddox Mueller as he continues to try and stay alive. So 1-2 now the count. Jacob Thurm sets. The next pitch, fastball up in the zone. 2-2 now the count. 1 away now, nobody on after Tyler Trapphagen goes down. It's the next pitch, strike 3. Good framework by Cy Probst on what was an out and away fastball, and that gets Maddox Mueller to go down on strikes. I'm not sure if that was really a strike. No offense to Jacob Thurm or Cy Probst, but we'll take it, of course. So now Jacob Griffin, who's 1 for 2 tonight with a single to his name, comes up to the plate. Griffin, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs on the year for him. A .451 on-base percentage. With 2 away now and nobody on. A big swing and a miss on the down-low fastball. 0-1 the count. As Jacob Thurm trying to continue to work here. He's given up 6 hits with 2 runs to his name. He's struck out 3, has 3 walks as well. 5 2/3 of an inning of work. Next pitch. Outside of ball 1. So now 1-1 the count from Jacob Thurm. It's not been his most dominant of outings. Had a good start. Unfortunately, he's not had that higher strikeout number that he's used to, but he's been pretty efficient nonetheless. The next pitch, fastball fouled up and out of play. 1-2 now the count. As the Northwestern College product continues to work on the mound. As the Ragin Roosters trying to end a 6-game losing streak here in Bancroft. Being swept by the Souris Valley Saberdogs and the Pierre Trappers. This one down and away. 2-2 now the count. Jacob Thurm continues to work here. Now 96 pitches through 5 2/3 of an inning of work. He'll look to see if he can at least go 6. There is someone down there in the bullpen right now. I believe that is either one of Similar Holmes or Cade Hobbs down there. It's now 2-2 the count. The next pitch. Fouled off on the high fastball. He tries to get him to chase. He does, but he's able to get enough of it to keep himself alive. So 2-2 now the count to Jacob Griffin. I do see Cade Hobbs down there, and I believe that is Semler Dietrich and possibly Eddie Madrigal, actually, that are all down there. I believe it's going to be Cade Hobbs who might be coming in next for this Ragin Rooster crew. It's the next pitch. Inside, just a little too far. Jacob Thurm thought he had strike 3. It was a good framework by Probst, but wasn't able to get it. So full count now to the left-handed hitter, tonight's right fielder, hitting in the 9th spot. The team leader in home runs with 2 and 16 RBIs. Full count now to him with 2 away. The next pitch from Thurm. hit over that second base side. Cameron Rindoni will not pick it up as that ball bounces off of his hand. He's shaking his hand over there. Unfortunately, that ball just hit off of his hand, and that's a tough one for Rindoni. Unfortunately for him, that'll count as an error as that ball bounced off of his hand. It looked like he just tried to get his hand down a little too quickly doing that alligator trap over there to try and get the ground ball, and unfortunately, I think he caught his finger. So now Jackson Mix comes up with 2 away and a runner on first. He's 0 for 3 tonight. It's tonight's shortstop. Hitting .316 entering tonight's contest, a .536 on base percentage, has yet to get on tonight. The first pitch he'll see, he'll lace it down the right field line. Zach Dickinson won't be able to get there in time. That ball's going to bounce all the way to the wall. Now they're going to try and send Jacob Griffin all the way from first. The throw over from McMinn, he'll pick it up. The throw to home is in time. The tag is in time. What a relay by Sage McMinn. A great throw from Zach Dickinson in right. Throws it all the way from the right field fence. Makes it into McMinn, who makes the great relay and gets the out at home. So what a throw by Dickinson and McMinn, and beats the throw out. So 5-2 your score will enter the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft, Iowa. Bancroft Memorial Park here for the North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers 5-2 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tynan Shahidi's going to come out onto the mound now for the Pierre Trappers, coming in relief of Lewis Manning, who goes 5 innings. There's 101 pitches. His night now ends, and Tynan Shahidi will come up as now Cy Probst, who made the play at home to end the inning in the top of the 6th to get the out at home on the relay from Sage McMinn, comes up. Batting .270, this main U product is 1 for 2 tonight. The next pitch from Shahidi up in the zone, ball 1, as he's got that sidearm delivery going for him. Traditionally an outfielder for this Pierre Trappers crew, as we're going to have time called for a quick second. So it was an exchange of items over there at third and short between the dugout. I'm not sure what was going on. It might have been a pair of sunglasses. It was, as the sun is now blaring in from this first base side. The 1-0. Laced out there towards left center field. That ball's going to get lifted out there. Tyler Traphagen's going to try and find it. He will. A good play by Tyler Traphagen on an absolute line drive out there towards left center field. The wind kept blowing it, but Traphagen is able to make the catch. So 1 away now. Cameron Rindoni, who's 0 for 2 tonight, comes up to the plate. Rindoni unfortunately had his finger stubbed on that last ground ball that he saw. He wasn't able to make the plays. It bounced off of his hand, that throwing hand, and he jumped up and down in pain, but he seems to be okay. So 1 away now. First pitch to him, hits him in the back on a hit by pitch to Rindoni. He'll get on. That one's got to be a little frustrating for him. He already hurt his hand, and he gets hit in the back there. As now the home plate umpire will walk down the line with him as he's a little frustrated. I don't think Shahidi meant that by any means necessary. Absolutely not. But unfortunately, it's still going to sting a little bit for Rindoni, who's in pain right now, I can tell. He's down there. He's very frustrated on that first base. He's not really angry with anybody in particular, just in general, obviously, and understandably so. So Caden Miller comes up with a runner on first and 1 away after the fly out by Cy Probst to straightaway center, and then the hit by pitch to Rindoni. So now Miller, who's 1 for 3 tonight, comes up. First pitch he'll see, ball outside. Good save by Trumpold. Keeps Rindoni from advancing. Miller lined out to left field the last time he came up. First time he flew out to center and then had a single right back up the middle. So he's already 1 for 3 tonight, the 1-0. Inside again, now 2-0 the count from Tynan Shahidi, the Tennessee Tech product on the mound. So 2-0 now the count. Rendoni continues to get the lead. He's now going to advance. He got Shahidi called on that one, so he's going to get the stolen base as the called strike on the inside part of the zone. So good job by Rendoni, who knew that Tynan Shahidi was not really checking him over there at first. He's able to get on. So Cade Hobbs is warming up down there right now for the Ragin Roosters in the bullpen. Shahidi now checks the runner, and now the pitch. Up and in the zone, so 3-1 now the count as Caden Miller had to duck out of the way. 3-1 the count, 1 away, and a runner on second. Rendoni there after the hit by pitch. The next pitch, hit over that third base side. Miller gets around a little too early. He's a little frustrated with himself on that one. Full count now. 5-2 the score here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Ragin Roosters lead the Trappers here in Bancroft, trying to end a 6-game losing streak. The next pitch to Caden Miller. Up in the zone, ball 4, and that'll get a walk to Caden Miller. That helped that on-base percentage a little bit, big man. As now Zach Dickinson comes up to the plate, has his first home run of the season tonight. A 2-run shot over that left field wall that he was admiring, and understandably so. That thing was lifted on a fly. So now Dickinson comes up. 2 for 3 for him tonight, now up to 4 RBIs on the season and 5 runs, as he was the first run of the ball game to score in the bottom of the 1st inning. He now has runners on 2nd and 1st with 1 away. Singled the first time and flew out to center the 2nd, or excuse me, the 3rd, as that one's a curveball that gets in the zone. Strike 1 on the breaking ball. 1 away, runners on 2nd and 1st. Rendoni on 2nd, Miller on 1st, a hit by pitch and a walk to them. The next pitch just inside on the breaking ball. 1-1 now the count. It's that sidearm style of delivery for Tynan Shahidi, just trying to get himself these next 2 outs. The next pitch, Rendoni on the move. This one's inside. The throw down to the 3rd is not in time, and that'll allow Caden Miller to advance. It was a good throw down by Trumpold, unfortunately just a little too high, as Rendoni's able to make it in safely. So a double steal there for the North Iowa Ragin Roosters, puts runners 90 and 180 feet away. With 1 out, 2-1 now the count to Dickinson, who can put a charge into a baseball here and put it into the outfield. Can easily score Rendoni. The next pitch, breaking ball just up in the zone. 3-1 now the count. That one was close. So 5-2 now the score. The Ragin Roosters still lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. Have a 3-run lead currently. The next pitch, Dickinson's hitting it right back up the middle. His 3rd hit of the night, that's going to score 1. They're going to try and wave around Caden Miller. He's going to try and score. The throw will not be in time as it's cut off. 7-2 your score. An RBI single. Make it 3 and 4 for Dickinson on the night. Have yourself a night, Zach Dickinson.
Next bat for the Roosters, left fielder number 30, Peyton McGregor.
And now Peyton McGregor, who is currently 0 for 3 on the night, he'll come up with a runner on 1st and 1 away. 7-2 now your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers as they continue to try and extend their lead here. The throw over to 1st will not be in time, as Dickinson just takes a quick step over, not really getting a lead over there at 1st, understandably so. 3-1, or excuse me. That one stays outside, and ball 1 to Peyton McGregor, as the board out here said 3-1. I thought that was the count. Is now 1-0 the count. The runner on 1st and 1 away. The next pitch to Peyton McGregor. Swung on and fouled off. He wanted all that one. Unfortunately, he doesn't get any of it as he goes right through. So 1-1 now the count to Peyton McGregor. It's the Oakland U product from Scottsdale, Arizona. Got plenty of pop in his bat. He'll look to see if he can exert some here. The runner on 1st and 1 away. Tynan Shahidi on the mound. The next pitch, breaking ball, gets the outside part of the zone. 1-2 now the count. So Rendoni and Miller are able to score on the RBI single right back up the middle by Zach Dickinson, who is now 3 for 4. Another breaking ball, and he gets to go down swinging. Swing and a miss for Peyton McGregor on what was a la-la floater from Tynan Shahidi. He took a big swing at it and unfortunately goes down swinging. So now Sage McMinn comes up to the plate with 2 away and a runner on 1st. 7-2 now your score. The Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers. McMinn 0 for 3 tonight. He reached on an error the first time he came up. And grounded out to second base the second time. That one goes way out and away, and that's going to allow Dickinson to advance on the wild pitch there from Shahidi as that ball, Trumpold was barely able to get the tip of his glove on it. So McMinn, who's, as I said before, 0 for 3 tonight, reached on an error, grounded out to second on the hard ground ball, and then struck out swinging the last time he came up. He comes up now with 2 outs and a runner on second after Dickinson advanced. The next pitch, he hits over to that first base side. Will Hook will pick it up on a hop, goes over to first. McMinn won't even try and run it out, and that'll be out number 3. He knew he was probably done. So that'll end the inning. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning now. The Ragin Roosters tack on 2 more. It is now 7-2 your score. They'll look to see if they can hold this lead as we go to the top of the 7th. We'll be right back after this quick break as we'll have a pitching change here for the Ragin Roosters. We'll be right back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park. 7-2 your score here as we enter the top of the 7th inning. The Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers here in Bancroft. So now it is about 8:35 here in the Midwest. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Cade Hobbs. He comes up from Waldorf University, teammates of Noah Morphew. The right-hander, the last time he came up, threw about 4 innings worth of work against the Service Valley SaberDogs. And what was actually one of his more efficient outings on the season. He is 1-0 on the year, a 9.69 ERA. Unfortunately, a lot higher than what you would want it to be, but has been pretty effective in his last couple of appearances. As now Trevor Seagraves will come up to the plate. Tonight's second baseman hitting in the 2 spot. Out of Ottawa University of Arizona. Look to lead off for the Pierre Trappers. He grounded out the first time he came up, walked, and then hit that absolute bullet that bounced off the leg of Jacob Thurm that allowed him to make it onto first base. So he'll lead us off here in the top of the 7th inning as the wind now blows out from the third base side towards right center. It's a little more gentle than it was earlier. This is now 80 degrees here in Bancroft. The first pitch from Cade Hobbs. Swung on and hit over that shortstop side. Caden Miller makes the play out number 1 on the late line drive over there towards the shortstop side. Miller only needed to take a couple steps back and make a little hop and a leap and a jump, and he makes out number 1. Now Will Hoke will come up to the plate with a 1 away. He's 2 for 3 tonight with a bomb of a double in his last at-bat, including a single his very first time he came up that he hit down the right field line. So he has a home run and now a couple of RBIs tonight, or excuse me, he had a home run in Pierre, but has a couple of RBIs now. I believe he's up to 13 on the season as the first pitch from Cade Hobbs to him. The pitch. Down in the zone, ball 1. That is something that Cade Hobbs definitely has an issue with at times this year. He's been keeping the ball a little too low. That pitching style that he has, very over the top, releases a little too late and gets it down in the dirt. But he's been able to get it effectively enough to get some strikes. So 1-0 the count, the pitch. Swung on and hit over the left field side this time. This was a little deeper than usual as Payne McGregor is able to make it underneath it, though, for out number 2. So 2 away now as Will Hoke flies out towards left field. Now Hunter Brown will come up with 2 outs and nobody on. Will Hoke flies out to left as Brown is 1 for 3 tonight. From Modesto Community College, tonight's third baseman, hitting in the 4 spot. He comes up with 2 away and nobody on as Cade Hobbs now has 3 pitches and 2 outs. The next pitch from the Waldorf U product on the mound. Strike on the outer part of the zone, 0-1 the count. Cade Hobbs, the right-hander from Waldorf U, once again teammates of Noah Morphew, one of the starting pitchers for this Ragin Rooster crew. from Algona. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss from Hunter Brown. 0-2 now the count from Cade Hobbs as he continues to work here. Coming in relief of Jacob Thurm, who goes 6 innings, throws 100 pitches on the dot, 7 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. A fairly efficient outing for Jacob Thurm. As Hobbs sets the 0-2. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Cade Hobbs have himself an inning. 6 pitches, 3 outs. An outstanding inning for him as we'll now go to the bottom of the 7th inning. 7-2 now your score. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 7-2 your score here as we enter the bottom of the 7th inning. Tynan Shahidi still on the mound, needed 20 pitches to get through an inning of work, but he'll continue to work here for the Pierre Trappers. Wyatt Duncan 1 for 3 tonight. He'll come up to the plate as he hit an absolute bomb of a double over there to the left center field side that we thought that made it out of the ballpark. Unfortunately for him, just came up a little too short for him. So now the BYLU product batting .283 on the season, 3 home runs, the team leader. 10 RBIs comes up. Once again, 1 for 3, had an absolute monster double to the left center field wall that bounced off that Iowa State Bank sign as the first pitch he'll see up in the zone, ball 1. Duncan, the big power hitting right-hander from the state of California, transferred to BYLU last year. It was played a whole season there. Now a big swing and a miss, strike 1 on the fastball that blows right by him. Shahidi, traditionally an outfielder for this Pierre Trapper squad, played second base yesterday and is now on the mound tonight. He's been all over the place for these Trappers. The next pitch, way up and in the zone, so 2-1 now the count from Shahidi. That's Wyatt Duncan looking to go 500 on the night currently, looking for his second hit and 4 at-bats. As the deception from Shahidi will be down and away. 3-1 the count as he made the wind-up throw and then made the actual throw as he throws a nod towards the Ragin' Rooster dugout. 3-1 to Duncan. Inside it hits him, hit by pitch, and that'll be a walk to Wyatt Duncan. He takes a little exception to that one. Obviously not intentional, but it's now Nick Eastham, who's 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single, comes up to the plate. Well, a runner on first and nobody out as Duncan takes a leadoff hit by pitch. Eastham, the last time he came up, grounded into a fielder's choice, the one where Wyatt Duncan unfortunately got thrown out at third base. Popped out the second, his second time up, and had that RBI single to the left. The first pitch from Shahidi, strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1 the count. Duncan on first after the hit by pitch. Eastham up to the plate, the midway product. The next pitch, sidearm ripped out there towards center field. Tyler Trapphagen won't make the play. An absolute bullet off the bat of Nick Eastham. He sat on that one and put a drive into it and hit it right towards center field. So runners on second and first now with nobody away. And now Griffin Snyder, who's 2 for 3 on the night, comes up to the plate. The St. Mary's product, the utility man out of St. Mary's College from St. Louis, Missouri. Bad to the bone playing for him in his walk-up song. Looking for RBI number 10 here possibly is Wyatt Duncan stands on second and Nick Eastham on first. 2 singles to his name in the the first 2 times he came up. That one stays out and away, ball 1. He grounded out to short the last time. Shahidi just looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the 7th. 7-2 your score. There's another man in the bullpen right now for the Ragin' Roosters, or excuse me. There is one down the Ragin' Roosters bullpen, but for the Pierre Trappers as well, left-handers. The next pitch, big swing and a miss on the outside fastball. 1-1 now the count. So I'm not entirely sure who it is out there for the Pierre Trappers right now. It looks to be number 23, but I don't know if that's entirely correct. It's now 1-1 the count. Out and away, ball 2. 2-1 now the count to the St. Louis native. Utility man from St. Mary's College has been playing all over this infield for the Ragin Roosters. Has been a much-needed form of utility. Him and Carson Gross both. The next pitch, out and away again. 3-1 now the count, and with runners on second and first and nobody out, if you're Tynan Shahidi, you got to try and throw him a strike. We'll see if Griffin Snyder gets the green light here, as these last 3 pitches have been down and away, essentially. We'll see if Snyder gets the opportunity to get the green light. The 3-1. He does. He takes a big swing and a miss to the low fastball, and it'll go down 3-2 now. He almost swung out of his shoes, unfortunately for Snyder. Doesn't make any contact with it, so 3-2 now the count to the St. Mary's product. Jared Brandon yelling down from the first base side. Come on now, come on now. Next pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Griffin Snyder upset with himself on that one. Strike 3 on the swing and a miss. On what was an outside fastball, he knew it probably would have been ball 4. Unfortunately, doesn't get it to go. So Cy Probst, the main U product, comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Tonight's catcher now has a runners on second and first with 1 away. Probst making his first start in the last, I believe, 4 to 5 games after having a bit of an illness that has been keeping him from playing. It's been mostly coming in as a defensive and then last-second hitter for Eddie Madrigal, who gets the night off. The next pitch, laced out there towards right center field on the first pitch that he sees. The right fielder, Jacob Griffin's going to call him off and be out number 2 on the fly ball.
Next to bat for the Roosters.
So now Cameron Rindoni, who was hit by that pitch the last time he came up, comes up once again. He's 0 for 2 with that hit by pitch. He's yet to record a hit here tonight, 1 of 3 of the Ragin Roosters, unfortunately for him. And now he comes up with 2 outs and a runner on second and first. Duncan on second, Nick Eastham on first. Unfortunately, a little trap there behind Duncan as the next pitch ripped down that left field line. Rindoni sat on it just not long enough as that ball was ripped. He already has a deep fly ball down the left field line that he hit out for a fly out. He was upset with himself as he realized he was a little too early on it and didn't get enough of the barrel. He tried to put that one out and unfortunately came up a little too early. The 0-1. That one's way inside. 1-1 now the count. Rindoni, for being a middle infielder, it doesn't have many RBIs or runs on this season. Definitely can show some pop out of his bat. So 1-1 the count, the pitch. Up in the zone, good framework by Trumpold, but he doesn't get the call. So 2-1 now the count. Duncan on second, Eastham on first. Duncan can move those legs if he needs to. Those are tree trunks that he has, as Eastham is on first. The 2-1 the count. Up in the zone, just a little too far. 3-1 now the count, as Rindoni looking to get on for the second time tonight with a walk, possibly. River Terry currently over there for the Ragin Roosters bullpen. I'm not sure if they'll pitch him as this one gets laced out towards right center field. Tyler Traphagen's going to try and make the play on it. He will. Out number 3 on the line drive out there towards right center field. Will be out number 3. We'll go to the top of the 8th. Still 7-2 your score. The Ragin Roosters still lead. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park. It is 7-2 your score here in Bancroft, Iowa. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers as Cade Hobbs comes out for his second inning of work. Only needed 6 pitches the last time he came up. Now no McCreary, who's 0 for 2 on the night. He walked in his second appearance, but popped out the third the last time he came up. He'll come up now, the DH. It's Garrett Arnold, or excuse me. Trumpold will be next, but McCreary will come up first, a Clark U product with a homer and 12 RBIs on the year. 234 hitting in tonight's game. He's 0 for 2 tonight, though. The next pitch from Cade Hobbs, straight away to right field. Zach Dickinson's going to try and make a play on it. He will on the first pitch, first swing line out to Zach Dickinson. He had to take a couple of steps over to his right, try and make the play. Almost like he was going to try and make a dive on it. He doesn't have to, though, thankfully for him. It's now 7 pitches, 4 outs for Cade Hobbs. Now Carson Trumpold, the beer batter, comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 3 tonight, including a strikeout to his name, making that Bancroft crowd a little happy tonight. Cade Hobb continues to work the Waldorf product on the mound. The next pitch from the right-handed reliever sets the delivery. Inside, ball 1 as the ball gets away a little bit from side props. He tries to frame it, can't get it. Trumpold struck out the first time, grounded out to second, and then hit into a fielder's choice the last time. So now Cade Hobbs 1-0 the count with 1 away. As Carson Trumpold, who's 0 for 3 tonight, tonight's catcher, comes up to the plate. The next pitch. Swung on and hit over that third base side. Grind catch by Griffin Snyder. What a dive. The St. Mary's product full extension. What a play by Griffin Snyder over there at third. What a catch. That's unlucky for Carson Trumpold. But what a play by Griffin Snyder. Atta boy. So 2 outs, and now Tyler Trapphagen comes up with nobody on. He's 1 for 3 tonight. Had a single his first time he came up. Hit into the fielder's choice that second time. He now comes up for his 4th time tonight. The Ridgewater product coming up. That's the next pitch from Cade Hobbs. Strike over the heart of the plate. 0-1 the count as Trapphagen the last time he came up popped out to the catcher as he had a bit of a debate with Jacob Thurm to try and make that final out. So 0-1 now the count to Trapphagen. Is going to be a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 now the count, and the Waldorf U product is working. 11 pitches through 1 2/3 of an inning of work, I say as I jinx him probably as I knock on wood, hoping not to, of course. It's the right-hander from Waldorf, teammates of Noah Morphew, continues to work. The 0-2. Change up, swing and a miss, strike 3. Another strikeout for Cade Hobbs. He gets 12 pitches in 6 outs. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. 7-2 your score. The Ragin Roosters lead. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park, here at the home of the North Iowa Ragin Roosters, who lead the Pierre Trappers right now as we enter the bottom of the 8th inning, 7-2. Caden Miller, the Centralia Community College product, the leadoff man for these Ragin Roosters at shortstop tonight, comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and a single to his name. We'll look to see what he can do now. With nobody on and nobody out, leading off in the bottom of the 8th. Tynan Shahidi, 39 pitches through 2 innings of work. It's the deception. That one's called time of the home plate umpire. He says, no, that's not going to go. So he didn't like that one. And that's been something that we've seen happen twice now. It happened against Cameron Rindoni where he was pitching from the windup and a balk was called by the home plate umpire. And that time it gets called off as Tynan Shahidi did a little bit of a deception on the mound. And unfortunately, that's just something that's Not very fair, I believe, to Tynan Shahidi. He's got to use that deception as that one gets hit on the fly in the towards that shallow center field, right on the edge of the infield. That'll be out number 1 on the pop fly from Caden Miller. It's been unfortunate that this has happened a couple of times this year where home plate umpires have called time or balks on plays where the pitcher's pitching from the windup with nobody on just calls a balk. It's been something that I believe is a little frustrating, of course, but maybe that's just a personal opinion of now, as Zach Dickinson, who's 3 for 4, comes up to the plate tonight for his 5th appearance. 2 singles and an absolute missile over the left field fence. The first pitch from Shahidi. Up in the zone, ball 1. Can you say with how the balk was called against Shahidi is the next pitch. Quick pitch. Ball on the outside part of the zone. That one looked close, but 2-0 now the count is Shahidi. Just trying to work quickly, work slowly, doing whatever he can. As Zach Dickinson just shrugs his shoulders and says, come on, man, why are you going to quick pitch me now? So 2-0 now the count. Shahidi sets the next pitch. Struck on the inner part of the zone. Now 2-1 the count as Dickinson, the Hope International product, one of the jokers of this Ragin Roosters crew, talks the most smack from the bench. It's the next pitch up in the zone, 3-1 the count, as he once again does that windmill right before he throws it. Kind of reminds you of something you'd see from the 1890s, back when they used to use just hunks of leather for gloves. The next pitch, swung on or lifted on the left field line again. That ball just comes up a little short. Unfortunately for Dickinson, he thought he had homer number 2. It came up a little short. It was an absolute bomb down that left field line. It got caught up by that wind, I think, and Maddox Mueller's able to make the catch. He turned around and looked like he thought it was going to go, as Trumpold is currently down in a heap behind home plate. Was he hit by the bat on the backswing? I guess he was. Unfortunately for him, I didn't even see it as I was watching the ball fly there. So now Carson Trumpold is hurt, unfortunately for him. They've already lost Daniel Hab for the season. They're only down to 2 catchers. Garrett Arnold's in the dugout right now. He started yesterday's game as he looks to be getting dressed already, possibly. It's Carson Trumpold just trying to shake it off. Unfortunately for him, hit on the backswing, I think, by Zach Dickinson. He did let go of the one hand on the bat, which does extend your swing, as he thought he got all that one. Unfortunately, it came up just short and accidentally hits Carson Trumpold. You can tell it wasn't intentional, as now he'll be able to get back up, so good for him. He'll be okay, it appears. So now 2 away. And Peyton McGregor comes up to the plate as now the dugout is yelling at Dickinson to apologize. So Peyton McGregor 0 for 4 tonight. Struck out the last time he came up. We'll look to see if he can collect his first hit of tonight's ball game. The power hitter from Scottsdale, Arizona, has 2 home runs on the year, 9 RBIs, including his very first at-bat where he took one for an absolute ride over the left field fence in Grand Forks, the home of the Red River Pilots. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He reached on an air the first time he came up, struck out, then popped out the first. He struck out to Tynan Shahidi the last time he came up. First pitch from Shahidi, a quick pitch, strike 1. He doesn't even go all the way through the windup. He just throws it by him. So 0-1 now the count. He does it again. Swing and a miss, strike 2. This time he put a little more hitch into his throw, and Peyton McGregor is now trying to figure out how he's going to throw it. So 0-2 now the count to the Oakland U product. The next pitch, way outside this time though. 1-2 now the count as McGregor tries to stay alive. Bottom of the 8th here, 7-2 your score. The North Iowa Ragin Roosters lead the Pierre Trappers. 2 outs, nobody on. The next pitch from Tynan Shahidi. Fastball ripped over to the left field side. It's going to get down. Peyton McGregor collects his first hit of the ball game on a line drive over to the left field side, and it was absolutely taken for a ride, but it ends up a little short of Maddox Mueller, so a hit for Peyton McGregor. Now Sage McMinn, who's 0 for 4 tonight, comes up to the plate. McMinn also reached on an error the last time he came up. The power-hitting left-handed hitter comes up with 2 outs, and now a runner on first. He into a ground ball to the second base side that he was able to reach on for the error, then grounded out, struck out, and then grounded out to first the last time he came up. First pitch up in the zone, ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2 outs, a runner on first. Peyton McGregor gets a 2-out single to left on an absolute line drive from Tynan Shahidi. The next pitch, change up, big swing and a miss. Sage McMinn wanted to send that one to orbit. Unfortunately, he doesn't get enough of it. 1-1 the count for the Montana native. Headed to Missouri Baptist next season, he'll be transferring. It's tonight's first baseman. The 1-1 the count, the pitch. Big swing and a miss again. Now 1-2 the count as Shahidi goes for a little bit of a quick pitch. Using that deception, similar to what Maddox Mueller has been trying to do on the mound, trying to get as many outs as possible. Do what he can. So 1-2 now the count, the pitch. Inside, that one bounces in front of Trumpold. He's able to block it, so 2-2 now the count to Sage McMinn, looking for his first hit of tonight's ball game. One of the few tonight that doesn't have a hit against this Pierre Trappers clue. The other one being Rendoni, who was hit by a pitch, though. So 2-2 now the count. The next pitch. Strike 3 on the outside part of the zone. Sage McMinn can't believe it, and understandably so. That one was a bit outside. Good framework by Carson Trumpold. Will now end the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll go to the top of the 9th. Cade Hobb will look to see if he can get himself another inning of work. We'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 7-2 your score here. Cade Hobbs will continue to try and work on the mound. He only needed 12 pitches to get through 2 innings of work. Already has a couple of strikeouts to his name as well. He'll look to see if he can close out this ball game. 2 strikeouts to his name already, has yet to give up a hit. So Maddox Mueller will look to see if he can keep these Pierre Trappers alive here in Bancroft. He's 0 for 2 tonight. He'll come up once again. Tonight's left fielder from Andrew College, batting .235 on the year, has a solo home run to his name on the season. So he walked the first time he came up, popped fly to the catcher, and then struck out. The next pitch, strike over the heart of the plate, 0-1 the count to Maddox Mueller. Tonight's left fielder with that bright blue bat. Pretty iconic for him here in the Expedition League. Side probe sets outside. The 0-1. Strike 2 on the outside part of the zone. Now 0-2 the count. Cade Hobbs continues to work on the mound. The Waldorf U product has had an outstanding night for his name already. The 0-2 from Cade Hobbs. Down in the dirt, and that one just stays a little too low. 1-2 the count. Good framework by Cy Probst, wasn't able to get it. 1-2 now the count, sets up outside once again. Hobbs does his little step, the next pitch. Swung on and lifted over that left-hand side. Peyton McGregor's not going to be able to get in front of it in time, so a single off the bat of Maddox Mueller on the line drive to left. So the first hit given up by Cade Hobbs is a single off the bat of Maddox Mueller. So now Jacob Griffin, who is 1 for 3 tonight with a single to his name, the home run leader for this Pierre Trappers crew with 2 on the season, 16 RBIs. He hit the walk-off homer in extras in the home run derby in game 2 between these Ragin' Roosters and Pierre Trappers back in Pierre. He now comes up with nobody out and a runner on first. 7-2 your score. The first pitch from Hobbs. Low in the zone, ball 1. Cy Probst continuously tries to get that framework to go. He's done an excellent job at it tonight, just not able to get it there. Now it is 9 o'clock here, is now throw over to first, an absolute bullet. Sage McMinn's able to save it. Now 9 o'clock here in Bancroft, 70 degrees out here in the Midwest. The wind now kind of died out there. A light, gentle breeze towards center field, barely even that much, if anything. The 0-1. Swung on and ripped over that second base side. Rendoni's not able to make it there in time. Mueller's going to try and advance to third. The throw from Dickinson's going to get cut off. And throw the first, not in time. So a single off the bat of Jacob Griffin. A hard ground ball over that first base side. Rendoni tried his hardest to make it there. Is not able to make it. So runners at the corners. Cade Hobbs now gives up his first 2 hits. And now Jackson Mix comes up to the plate. He's 1 for 4 tonight. Cypros will give the signals from home plate. Something that the Ragin Roosters have tried to focus on in the last couple of times here at home when they've had opportunities to practice, just trying to figure out some infield game plans with runners in certain positions. So now with the corners and nobody out, Jackson Mix up to the plate. The first pitch. Struck on the outside part of the zone, 0-1 is Cade Hobbs, now at 18 pitches through 2 innings of work. Has runners at the corners with nobody out after he gives up a leadoff single to Maddox Mueller and another one to Griffin that puts runners at the corners. 7-2 your score here in the top of the ninth. Next pitch from Hobbs. Up in the zone, ball 1 on what looked like a bit of a changeup that just stayed a little too high. It's that overhand style from Cade Hobbs. Goes by Big Red, at least according from the dugout that I can hear from up here. So 1-1 now the count to Cade Hobbs. The next pitch. Down in the dirt, 2-1 now the count as the Waldorf U product continues to work. One of the few players here as well that's not able to travel with this Ragin Rooster crew. Him and Noah Morphew as well as Jacob Thurm have not been able to travel, or Spencer Holmes. So 2-1 now the count. The next pitch from Hobbs. Fouled off and a little too early there from Jackson Mix. He thought he could get around it, unfortunately just gets the end of the bat and fouls it off. So 2-2 now the count to Jackson Mix, the shortstop. 1 for 4 tonight. He had an absolute bullet of a hit down the right field line that unfortunately ended up getting Jacob Griffin thrown out at home. Now comes up, 1 for 4, runners at the corners, nobody out. 2-2 the count, the next pitch from Hobbs. Just up in the zone, ball 3. So 3-2 now the count to Jackson Mix. And if you're Cade Hobbs, you don't want to load the bases here. There is someone down there working in the bullpen for the Ragin Roosters. I cannot see who it is from where I'm standing. I believe it is Spencer Holmes, though I'm not entirely sure. We will see. 3-2 the count. The next pitch from Cade Hobbs. Swung on and ripped down that right field line. It's going to hook a little too much as he put all of his arm into that one, and unfortunately gets around a little too early. Mix is putting a charge into one already earlier down that right field line. He was looking for another one there as he was sitting on the fastball. Unfortunately, doesn't sit long enough. 3-2 the count once again. Runners at the corners, nobody out. The next pitch to Jackson Mix, tonight's shortstop. Inside, ball 4. So Jackson Mix will help load the bases with nobody out. Dakota Young's going to come out of the dugout and have a chat with his pitcher. I believe that is Spencer Holmes over there. I'm not entirely sure. I believe it is Spencer Holmes over there. I don't believe they're going to pull Cade Hobbs yet, or they will. So they are going to pull Cade Hobbs. Now we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound, as it will be Spencer Holmes coming up next. We'll go to a quick break as Cade Hobbs is able to get himself 2 easy quick innings of work, but now gets pulled after loading the bases on 2 singles and a walk. So we'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park. 7-2 your score. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Spencer Holmes comes in for Cade Hobbs, who goes 2 innings and then gives up back-to-back singles and a walk, and nobody out. The bases are loaded. So now Trevor Seagraves, who's 1 for 3 tonight, will come up with the bases loaded and nobody out. Holmes 0 for 2 has a 5.48 ERA. He's actually been one of the more effective bullpen arms for this Ragin Rooster crew. He now comes up with nobody out and the bases loaded. Seagraves only has 5 RBIs on the year, but has been fairly effective as a speedy contact hitter. Lined out to short the last time he came up. Did single on that line drive off the ankles of Jacob Thurm. Besides that, he is 0 for 3. The next pitch, lined up and out of play. Foul ball in the first pitch that he sees is Holmes. Throws a little more velo than what the majority of these Ragin' Roosters pitchers do. I believe he throws it around that mid-80s mark at the bare minimum. So he'll come in here from Algona, Buena Vista U product from the state of Iowa. From the same place as a lot of these other pitchers, and even Cameron Rindoni, Algona, 25 minutes south here of Bancroft. The 0-1. Down and away, it gets away from Cy Probst. That ball's going to get away, and that's going to score a run. So a wild pitch there allows Maddox Mueller to score as Cy Probst tried his hardest to get an elbow or at least a shoulder on that one. He can't though, so now 3-7 your score, and now the double play is out of the option, unfortunately, for the Ragin' Roosters. Still nobody out, and now it is 7-3. As runners on second and third, it's the wild pitch there from Spencer Holmes, gets away from Probst, who tried his hardest to get in front of it but couldn't get there. So 1-1 now the count. The next pitch, fouled up and out of play once again. It's the outside fastball, Seagraves is able just to get enough of to put it up and out of play. 7-3 your score. The Ragin' Roosters still lead here by 4 in the top of the 9th inning, looking to end a 6-game losing streak. They are 1-14 in their last 15, trying to come up away with a victory. Spencer Holmes trying to come away with a close here. The next pitch. Swung on and hit over that third base side. Griffin Snyder's going to throw it to first, go for the easy out, and allow the run to score. Understandably so, Snyder saw the runner, and instead of going for it at home, he decided to go for the out at first. That was a guarantee, and understandably so. Trevor Seagraves is quick. So Jackson Mix will sit at second, does not advance. So now Will Hoke, who's 2 for 4 tonight, and not somebody you want to see right now if you are the Ragin' Roosters, comes up to the plate. The Oklahoma Arts and Science, I should say, product comes up. He already doubled and singled tonight. He comes up with one away. Now 4-7 your score and a runner on second. The first pitch, he'll see big swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on the high fastball. So once again, that big swing that he makes, similar to that of Cody Bellinger of the LA Dodgers. Unfortunately there, he doesn't make contact on that one. 1 out, a runner on second. 4-7 now your score. A save situation now for Spencer Holmes. The next pitch, swing and a miss once again. 0-2 now the count on the outside fastball that Hoke was not able to catch up on. As Holmes does have some velo to his throw. He gives up an unearned run after the ground out that allows the runner to score. It will go against Cade Hobbs. So 0-2 the count, 1 out. A runner on second. Will Hoke up at the plate. The 0-2. Fastball hit out towards straightaway center field. Nick Easton's going to get underneath it. They're going to try and tag. No, he won't. Jackson Mix is going to hold as Nick Easton does have an absolute bullet out there in center field. So 2 away now. And a runner on second. It'll be Hunter Brown, who's 1 for 4, comes up to the plate. This is 7-4 your score here in the top of the 9th. 1 away from their first victory in 7 games. Hunter Brown, the Modesto Community College product, coming up. Tonight's third baseman hanging in the 4th spot. He struck out swinging the last time he came up. 2 away and a runner on second. The Ragin' Roosters looking to end it. The first pitch from Spencer Holmes. Up in the zone, ball 1. A high fastball gets away. So 1-0 the count. His Mix on second has good speed. Hunter Brown, again, 1 for 4. He did single once tonight to straightaway center field, but struck out swinging the last time he came up. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on the low fastball gets them to go down on it. So 1-1 now the count to Hunter Brown. Wearing those bright highlighter cleats, something I can appreciate a little bit. It's the New Balances with that bright green, of course. Spencer Holmes continues to work. The Buena Vista U product on the mound. The 1-1 the pitch. High fastball. 2-1 now the count as Holmes looking for the save. 7-4 your score. The Pierre Trappers able to put up 2 here in the top of the 9th after Cade Hobbs loads the bases, gets relief for Holmes, who throws a wild pitch and was able to get a ground out that allowed another run to score, but has yet to give up any more after that. The next pitch, swing and a miss. Now a big swing and a miss again. So 2-2 now the count. Spencer Holmes 1 strike away from clinching the save. The second save for the Ragin' Roosters this season. Hunter Brown trying to keep this Pierre Trappers alive. 2-2 the count. 2 outs, runners on second. 4-7 your score here in the top of the 9th. The next pitch, just outside, ball 3. So full count now to Hunter Brown. Next up will be Noah McCreary, the DH, and then down to the 6th spot, Carson Trumpold. So 3-2 now the count to Hunter Brown. Spencer Holmes looking for the save. The next pitch, swung on and hit up straight away into the infield. Nobody's sure where it's at. Will anybody make the play? It'll be Spencer Holmes. He'll make the play on the pop fly. As Griffin Snyder came in sliding, but unfortunately he won't make it. So that'll be out number 3. Spencer Holmes ends it. So Spencer Holmes will receive the save. Jacob Thurm gets the win. That'll end it here. 7-4 your score. The Ragin' Roosters end a 6-game losing streak in their first time back here in Bancroft. A much needed victory for them. Spencer Holmes able to get himself through that bottom of the 9th after Cade Hobbs walks the bases loaded. Gives up 2 singles, then walks a run. And loads the bases up, does not walk the run, I say, as he loaded the bases after 2 singles, a walk in the top of the 9th, which those 2 runs of the 4 would score after a wild pitch from Spencer Holmes, who came in relief of Hobbs after 2 innings of work, and then promptly gave up an RBI ground out, but eventually was able to get the final 2 of the innings. So victory here for the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters, 7-4 your score. I'm going to try and see if I can maybe get Zach Dickinson up here. I want to see if I can get a conversation with him. I've been able to get the microphone up here to work. I want to try and see if I can get them up here. 7-4 your score here in Bancroft Memorial Park. I'll try and see if I can grab someone and bring them up here real quick. I'll be right back after this quick break. Thank you for listening to the Ragin' Rooster broadcast here on YouTube. We'll be back momentarily. Hello everyone and welcome back here to Bancroft Memorial Park here in Bancroft, Iowa. 7-4 your final here between the Ragin' Roosters and the Pierre Trappers, ending a 6-game losing streak in their first game back here in Bancroft. I have a certain individual up here with me, Zach Dickinson, who went 3 for 4, I believe it was 3 for 4 tonight.
3 for
to your
5.
name. 3 for 5, I apologize. It was
good.
close enough.
Yeah.
3 for 5 tonight, had himself a home run. He comes up here now to have a chat with me for a quick second. The first time I've actually been able to get an interview up here, so I finally got the headset to work. So Zach, I have have yourself a ball game here tonight, sir. Hit yourself your very first home run here in the Expedition League.
Yes,
How you
sir.
feeling, dear sir?
I mean, good. I was just going out there today, trying to play for the team, and good things happen when we stick together and like I said, play as a team.
Absolutely. It was a good game for you all, honestly. Interesting start as you guys were able to get on with a couple of errors that you were able to capitalize, thankfully, including your first single that was able to help score you for the very first time, and then absolutely hitting that clobber of a home run down that left field line. I have to ask as well, did you know it was going to be gone the minute you hit it?
Yeah, I kind of know.
I saw the bat flip down there. It looked nice off the swing, I won't lie to you. It was a good piece of hitting for you. Probably one of your best games I think we've seen this season.
Yeah.
You also got to start out in right field for the very first time in a couple of, almost a month now, I think over a month on the year. So how was that getting to go back out there in the outfield?
There's some nerves, but I mean, I've played outfield for as long as I can remember, so it just kind of came natural, and felt decent. Just like I said, just help the team out. Get some guys some break, and just do what I can.
That is fair. How's that hamstring feeling?
Well, not great, but good enough to play.
That is fair. That seems to be the motivation here in the Expedition League at times. Just trying to play as much as you can, try and help out the team, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thanks, Zach. I do appreciate it, dear sir. You had yourself a heck of a ball game, and
thank you.
Got away with a win tonight. Let's see if we can do it again tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank
Have
you,
a good
sir. I
night.
appreciate it. All right, 7-4, your final here between the North Iowa Ragin Roosters. That was Zach Dickinson, who went 3 for 5 tonight and had himself a 2-run shot down the left field line early in this ball game. He had himself a heck of a ball game. So the final here, 7-4 once again. So the win goes to Jacob Thurm. Thurm goes 6 innings, throws 100 pitches on the dot, gives up 7 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. With Cade Hobbs will come in next, throw 2 innings. Only needed 25 pitches to get through 2 innings. Of course, was a lot less than that entering the 9th inning, where he unfortunately gave up back-to-back singles and a walk to load the bases with nobody out. Then Spencer Holmes would throw a wild pitch and give up a ground-out RBI to give up those 2 runs, but was able to come away with it nonetheless. So goes through an inning of work, gets the save after giving up no hits, and gets no strikeouts, actually, with no walks. He just pitches a clean 9th inning for the Ragin Roosters' first victory in 7 games. So now they win, and they will go up to 8-20 on the year. So Holmes receives the save after having the bases loaded and coming in with nobody out, gives up the 2 runs and has a runner on second, making it a 4-7 ball game. So once again, the Ragin Roosters win here in Bancroft, their first time back after the road trip to Pierre. They come away with a Game 1 victory. They'll look to see if they can come away with a victory tomorrow against this same Pierre Trappers squad. Tomorrow's start time is set for 6:35. Once again, we'll see if we'll be able to play. There is some weather that's supposed to be incoming. I'm not sure if it will hit tomorrow. We will find out. Once again, 7-4 your score. Thank you, everyone, for listening to tonight's broadcast here on YouTube. I'm Mason Strawn. I've had the pleasure of commentating tonight's ball game. We'll talk to you all soon. Have a good night.